voice whisper, the maracas sway. A heartbeat rhythm to start the day. Sweet like candy, sweet and light. Twinkling stars in the morning light. Oh, sugar in the breeze, it's all I need. A little love, a little speed. Dancing through this caramel sky. Catch the rhythm, let it fly. A trumpet flares, it calls my name. The melody plays a winking game. Soft as silk, yet sharp as glass. Moments like these, they never pass. Such a dreams and pixel streams, a fusion of sounds, surreal it seems. Afro-Cuban beats with future glow. A technicolor samba, don't you know? Sugar in the breeze, it's all I need. A little love, a little speed. Dancing through this caramel sky.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to another Fish and Chat stream. Hold on. I was just getting in position, you could say. Oh, of course, OBS will silence my Discord, but it doesn't silence all of my workflow programs, and I got a ping on another one. Okay, doesn't look like it was important. Anyway, hello Sonic, good to see you. Onega, Rest and Beat, hello friend, long time no see. Haxer, I'm surprised they let you out of the dev cage. Renato FC, hello, hello. What day will the new patch be released? I cannot say. I believe the team has an internal date, but they would be very angry if I said. All I will comment is that they have an internal date set. That is all I would feel comfortable saying, which I don't think is crazy, given what they've said publicly in the past. I do believe the team has said in the past that they would release it this month. So, between now and the end of March is what we officially know, and is what I am both comfortable and ethically allowed to say. I had a feeling, Haxer, there might be an announcement about that very soon. But that is the purview of the Turtle team to make their announcement. I am not their mouthpiece. I'm the other mouthpiece. I'm the other mouthpiece that talks back to them. Because, of course, I am. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Haxer, I hope you're doing well, because I know I've been, snooping on the team, making sure they're staying sane. The amount of work that the team, I'm aware of what they've done, is crazy. And I'm hoping they're all of sound mind after this. We'll see. Today's special activity, we're fishing in exotic locales. And if you couldn't tell by where Vrograg is right now, you cannot really join me. But right before I started stream, I went ahead and took care of this little pesky Hydra spawn right here. He is soloable if you have enough gear. Certainly duo if you're less geared, like a healer, and pretty much any DPS or tank can take care of it. I even went overboard and I popped a frost protection potion. He did not get all the way through it, so that should tell you how hard it is to get to this pool. Obviously, as a rogue, I can sneak here. It's a lot easier, but I think every class can do lashers. So if you can do lashers, you can get here. There is one patrolling satyr you should keep an eye out for. Again, very soloable. I'll see if I can actually go find him. He usually bats along this way, and he'll go out into the main courtyard. He shouldn't bother me here, but this is the way he pats. The only thing you need to be careful of if you're solo is you don't want to aggro him when he's close to these satyrs here, because then all of those satyrs will pull. So just be aware of that. Other than that, this is a fishing hole that not a lot of people know about. This one did work in Classic. I think I've used it before in Turtle WoW, but I wanted to show it off. Because even though it's only walking size as a pool, you can fish in it, as you see right now. If it wasn't an eligible fishing area, it would say you can't cast here. I'm pretty sure it's just... I think it's just 300 water. It could be 280 water or 270 water. I'm not quite sure. But, you know, I was chatting with some people today in the Discord about some of the issues that have persisted with fishing. Shout outs to the devs that have boldly looked into it and said, wow, that's a mess. And no shade to them. I have seen, sadly even, how the, how will I say this? I've seen how the sausage is made. And the sausage that is made from the coding on fishing in this client is not sausage you want to eat. Let me tell you. Minor changes to fishing can break things. I'm pretty sure Maury, one of the devs or designers, even put their neck out there and said, yeah, like, they did the Clicora stuff, which is like a fishing world boss you can summon, and that affected certain fishing loot tables, which was an issue. And they quite boldly tried to fix a couple other issues and caused other issues because spaghetti code. But the reason I'm so excited about fishing is because looks like there's going to be some new fishing things with survival. And we have a couple new fishing recipes, a couple updated fishing recipes. And if you know anything about me, you know I enjoy a little WoW fishing. So... Yep, Haxer, I can say, by the way, if you don't know, if you haven't logged in today, there will be a new launcher version. I got all the way through it, so I imagine you can. Was a little nerve-wracking, though, Haxer, when I'd already put up my thing saying I was going to stream, and then I started my game, and then my game said, hey, time to update the launcher, and I'm like, please work. Everything worked simply. Worked fine. I have no issues. So, a couple things that I've discovered recently about fishing that I know all two of you that might also enjoy fishing that ever watch my streams. There is one sort of announcement, not an announcement, just something I want to make more public. So, if you're like me, you've probably been frustrated, right? There are certain fish like nightfin, right? Nightfin only appear at night. Well, I've gone fishing in spots where nightfins would show up, and I look up in the sky, and there's the moon and the stars, and then I get sun scale. So, currently, and feel free if anyone knows, because I could already have this wrong, but currently, there is like one time for the entirety of the server. One of the continents is offset in its day-night cycle, but that does not affect fishing. So, that means it could be midnight on one of the continents, in a continent on a spot you could get nightfin on, but the base server time is day. And so the fishing table will ignore what you are visually seeing and only query the actual server time. This has caused a good amount of consternation among fishers, not only because of nightfin, but because of other fish that people are looking for. There's been a lot of speculation about lightning eel, which I'm gonna probably get this wrong. I think lightning eel is day. It coexists with plated armorfish. And so people that are like they're at the right time, right? And they're fishing like, why am I not getting lightning eels? So this has been a continual problem. Anyway, so this sprung up into a more organic chat about us talking about some of the weird spots we've fished in the game. And I had brought up Dire Maul East, and someone's like, you can fish in there? I'm like, yeah, in Classic, it's where I used to go to get knifefin. True story. So we'll see what we catch here today. I'm expecting a bunch of white scale salmon, maybe something nice, but we'll see. Yeah, and Haxer, you did a great job on that. You did a great job on the launcher. I saw a couple of the new commands as well. That looks pretty cool. I like that you can minimize it in your tray. Very excited about that. And I think it was you I had asked about some time ago about actually getting Turtle Wow running on Linux. I did get it successfully running on Linux. I can say that the launcher works on Linux as well. You don't need a lot of knowledge to get it running on Linux. But if you have a friend that can help you when you bump into issues because you're a dumb orc, it would help a lot. So yeah, actually I have a laptop that runs Linux that I'm playing Turtle on. That's right, Sonic. That's right. We will stay in Linux here. Ooh, really? The radio schedule's in the launcher. I would look at that, but it would probably show my screen name, and I don't want to show that. Hold on. Oh, so it does. Yeah, true story. Because I'm often when I'm like moving stuff around between different accounts, or like I'm playing on one account and then I want to switch to another account to do something else, I'm oftentimes closing out or logging off, and that will always interrupt my radio. So if you're like me, you can use the launcher to also just listen to the radio, which I find to be the superior way. They also have a Everlook radio Discord. I do not remember the there's like one of those little short links for it that will get you joined to it. Anyway, look for that if you want to join, because they have the radio playing through one of the Discord channels. Like, you can't talk in it. It just plays the radio just through another relay. So that's another good way I've used in the past as well to listen to the shows. Yesterday, Dan was playing his set. He was asking for lore questions, and I asked him many lore questions. It was quite fun. Stream chat is not visible. Oh, hey, you know what? That's a really good point. Thank you. Thank you for that. I have no idea where. I have no idea where that is. So that is not something I did. Hold on. I saw messages for a second. Dang it. Okay. Oh, okay, it's working again. It's working again. Sorry about that. Also, I'll test in Twitch as well. Twitch test. I was just looking right off of my OBS. Okay. There we go. Now I can read you a little easier. Rokangren, I can't tell you how much the first time I saw that meme of like a Windows error that said task failed successfully. How much that made me laugh the first time I read it. That's what that made me think of. So this has been a different patch cycle for me than the last couple I've been through as the news anchor orc, because I've taken like a little bit of a step back. I wasn't like producing as much news. I haven't been doing as many video things, and the team's also like gone a little bit more undercover for a variety of reasons. One could only guess. I haven't this time around. I haven't had access to the private test realm, which in a way has been kind of a blessing. I don't get to spoil things for me, but as someone who really cares about the community, I still really have been nosy, and I have some level of access to like where they post like tasks and assignments, and I've been able to read up on some of the stuff that's coming. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know if like that's the final version. But I will say, I could not help myself. And I did read through, some of the scripts for the new BWL and, Nightmares of Ursal. I just was genuinely curious, like, what was sort of like their design philosophy. I also want to wrap my head around some of the lore, because they had little bits of lore in there just to kind of give context to stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil any of that, but I will say I'm really excited. As someone who's my favorite raid in Classic is still to this day BWL, even though it's not like the most exciting raid by like a lot of standards. I just like how it gets to the point, it's themed well, it's designed well, the bosses feel properly epic, Nefarian is like a good villain, he's been built up as you've been leveling up, like it's all there, it has everything that I like in a raid. So for me, it feels very special when they're doing some redesigns. I know there's a new boss they've announced for BWL, and they did say they were going to tweak the bosses, except for Chromagus, which, if you've done Chromagus, I mean, fair. Chromagus already has a lot of mechanics. He's surprisingly pretty advanced for a boss at that stage. Arguably, Nefarian is just as complex, but it has been... I've read through them, and I love the Turtle Team's design philosophy. But one time, guys, I'm just, please do not overtune it. Now how tuned it is, I can't know that. Because, like, you know, if they say, like, a boss X is going to now do X, I have no idea if, like, that's going to be difficult. I don't know all the numbers and stuff like that. It's like, now this boss will do a 180 kickflip. It's like, cool. All right. Like, I can read that, but I don't know how that's going to play out. But if anyone's been through a patch when they release new content, even as far back as like the original Mysteries of Azeroth, man, everything they've released is overtuned at first. Can you have someone on your team who goes, the casuals would like a word? Excuse me? I do not want Ragnaros to kick my dick into the dirt again, please, thank you. How dare you fish in a dungeon so I can't come say hi? Lax Elf, I finally found your weakness. Well, you'd have to really hack to find me. I won't be here for too long. I wanted to do a little fishing, see what we get here, kind of show what Dire Maul East is going to show. I won't be here the whole time. I have a couple other fishing holes in mind. Also, if you have an exotic fishing hole, which the more I say it, the weirder it sounds, so if you have an unusual, hard to reach, or bizarre place to fish, let me know. I would like to check it out. I want to see what's there. I would also like my bobber to come back. Where did my bobber go? Sometimes this happens to me. I don't know if this is like an anti-fish botting thing, but it does happen to me every now and then. Like my bobber will just vanish. Which, if it is anti-fish botting, I'm cool, I'm down. If I have to be bothered every 15 minutes, Alright. So the two spots I want to go to in addition to where I am right now, which is Hydraspawn's little lake, I guess. We're going to try to get to the waters of Vrograg. There is a spot there you can fish in Silithus. It's true. I'm going to have to remember how to get there. I think it might be outside of... It's like in like the open area of Vrograg, but there's like water there you can fish in. And... what was the other spot? Oh, also, outside of Moradon Orange, there is water you can fish in. So we're going to check out that as well. But if you have any other suggestions for a off-the-beaten-path fishing spot, let me know. We're here to gather data. Don't worry, Raukangren, we will go to Silithus. I'm probably going to do Moradon next, because that's... I kind of like slowly work my way down south because I'm in Kalimdor. I also, just recently, was over at Loch Modan, where I got, I was catching some loch frenzy. They're just sort of like a semi-rare fish you get from the loch there. And there's a recipe that's, I think... technically Horde can get it, but it's really only sold at Alliance vendors, but it's not bind on pickup. So Horde players can get it, and you can get Loch Frenzy Delight. So I actually made some of those. That was fun. Yeah, Scythen, that just fishes as ocean fish there. I have been there before in some of my explorations. Sadly, nothing too spectacular to fish. I like spots like this that are kind of weird. Spots you wouldn't think you could fish in. If it's overtuned like Molten Core was, I'm taking a month break from Turtle for every furture pet. I hate my life. Placebo, listen. Kind of a good idea, maybe? Like, I'm not even joking. And again, I am fully cognizant of how many QA the Turtle team has. I am fully cognizant of the limitations that the team has, right? Their development space. But, like, it does become a pattern where, like, they release content, they have to change it. And by the way, that's normal for like anything, by the way. That's not like a turtle specific thing. But if you're someone, maybe like Placebo, who really doesn't like having to deal with something that's overtuned or buggy or even nerfed too hard, you know, and it isn't fun for you, I would invite you to like, well then don't engage with the raid for a little bit. Genuinely. It'll still be there, right? You can think about, like Emerald Sanctum when it first came out. A big complaint was that like, dog, there's no scaling and these trash packs you have are just hit point sponges. It's a slog to get through them. It took a while, but eventually that was changed, right? And then later scaling was added. I don't know how they're gonna do with Nightmares of Ursal, that raid. Some of those boss encounters, I flipped through and I'm like, damn, they have technology to do that? And then I think about this client that can't handle fishing sometimes, and I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? But you know what? Listen, if you've been around as long as I have, that's part of the charm. And I truly mean that, by the way. I often talk about this story that, like, one of my most memorable times on Classic WoW, there was, like, a weekend where, like, some weird bug put the ZG world buff in some player's spellbook, and there were people running around just casting the Hakar buff on players, like, anywhere. There were groups that wiped on KT because they put the ZG buff on KT on accident when they got mind controlled. That's the kind of stuff that makes memories. And I'm not saying that, like, that's a reason to expect, like, overtuned or buggy stuff. all I'm saying is that, like, it's part of what makes the narrative and the community of something feel more alive. So I think there's a push and pull, right? There's good and bad to it. So, like, for me, like, I'm going to play it straight. Like, even I'm not going to be raid leading. That'd be a huge conflict of interest for me. But, when I go to BWL after the patch, I'm not going to be like, guys, you need to do a 180 kickflip in order to defeat the boss. I can't be that guy. People who know me, who've, like, raided with me, they know I will never say anything. But knowing what I know, I'm like, how are people going to psychically figure out this one? So you need a couple real bold teams to just kind of smooth out that bumpy pavement, whether it's overtuned or not. Even if everything is, like, perfectly tuned, you can't know about mechanics you've never done before, right? So what's a good one to think about? Think of Golemag in Molten Core, right? The way his hounds work now is different. Now, at, like, a certain percentage, his hounds just will randomly drop threat and just fixate on someone else, and you need tanks to take care of them. Whereas before, you just had one tank, take them off to a corner, and it was never a big deal, right? Well, like, I don't think that one had to be tuned any differently. I think literally it required the raid teams to adjust. So I think that's what I'm talking about, where it's like that adjustment phase is just, it's just going to be tough no matter what. And some bosses, there's going to be more adjustment than others. Well, Haxer, you're right. You are right. People will figure it out. I'm not saying it's like a puzzle box, but there's always, like, this weight of, I want to get this done now, versus players that are more like me that are like, whoa, he did a 180 kickflip. That's so cool. And so finding that balance is tough, because I'm okay with wiping. I'm okay with wiping. I'm okay with getting my butt kicked. And if I'm being honest, I mean, I've certainly Nefarian, if not some of his underlings, should be pretty strong. And as far as Nightmares of Ursal, we don't know the full lore about it, but we do know a couple things. It's under Mount Hyjal. The Timbermaw are ancient on Azeroth, right? We know that. And we also know the difficulty. Actually, wait, do we know the difficulty? Hold on. I think the difficulty's actually, like, fallen out of my brain. I would love to see the roots of the World Tree. When I first started on Turtle WoW and I got first hooked up with Blackwing Guard, we had an RP event where you'd have to get anointed in order to be a chosen, a dragon sworn of Blackwing Guard. And our RP event, we would have to make a water breathing potion. And in the old version of Hyjal, not many people remember this. If you go to Hyjal now, that lake that's right in the middle, that lake is roughly about what it used to be. But in the old version of the lake, there was like a almost like where the taproot of that tree used to be, and it went down. You'd have to, like, swim. I'm not even joking. With no swim speed buffs, you'd swim down for about a minute and a half before you actually got to the bottom. And it looked like where the taproot for the tree used to be. And when you mentioned, like, I hope we get to see the tree, the roots of the tree, I'm like, oh man, those roots do go pretty deep. All right, let's see. I'm going to actually look at chat now rather than just blabbing. Rob Kangren says they better be fixing all the stuff they brought in, starting with the Gilneas roads. Imagine a day out of a month where GMs mess with players and instances. Well, Fish says they should make a boss that eats the highest threat target, making everyone watch their threat. They do, but DPS are smooth-brained. Placebo, if you are behind, by the way, you can just refresh. usually that will catch you up a little bit. Haxer says, if players are just clearing these raids on autopilot and they want to be done with it ASAP, it is really a bad thing if the new changes make them stop running that raid for a bit. No, I think that's the best possible outcome. It makes people really readdress things. And the only people I feel bad for, and I don't mean like bad in a sense that like, there's a way I'm jealous for them. But I'm also feel bad that, like, if you're on Ambershire, right? BWL is, like, technically your new progressed content. You are going to be foaming at the mouth, mad. You want the gear that's in there. And those people haven't had, you know, years of clearing BWL on autopilot. And they have to deal with, out of the box, the hardest one. I'm jealous that I don't get to have that opportunity, but I also think about like, damn, that's going to be tough if, you know, they're geared where they're geared and they have to do that. So it'll be interesting to watch. Do we know if there's more Timbermaw reputation rewards like a tabard? I don't know. I mean, we can take a quick glance at the all right, so let's go up to Nightmares of Ursal, that actual... Sorry, I got to keep fishing, guys. It's important. All right, is it Nightmares of Ursal? No, it's a little higher. Sorry for anyone who gets motion sick watching me do this. All right, here's the pictures, some designs. That's great. Oh, fish. So yeah, they didn't say a lot about the Nightmares of Ursal, like what we're expecting, right? It's just this segment right here. As ancient as Kalimdor itself, this enigmatic labyrinthine network of tunnels and caves beneath Mount Hyjal has been the home of the Furbolg since well before the Sundering. Its halls are sacred among the tribes. It's a place of worship for their progenitors, the twin gods Ursoc and Ursal. Nowadays, however, only wafts of putrid vapors and rotten caverns and whispering venerated a foul god echo throughout Timbermaw Hold. So, rip you. Hold on. I'm not seeing much for... Maybe if I search for Timbermaw. So we don't know. I don't think it's been commented on. Here's something interesting as well. Do you think they're going to make a new reputation? Or is it going to use Timbermaw already? And Haxer did say there is going to be some new rewards, which, I mean, would make sense. Yeah, you know, a tabard would be cool. Oh, hello, Lizzie Babs. How's it going? Shout out to Frostmane Hollow. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the raid, but most of that excitement, and I'm not joking, some of it comes from the designs of some of those encounters I've seen. I'm like, trying to think of how to more eloquently put this. You know, there are designs. Again, I don't know if this is going to be the final product. Like, I know, like, these were the design documents. These are what the team wanted to do. I'm like, you can do that? Like, I was that intrigued by it. I'm like, oh. That's possible? Which really... And don't get me wrong, I think in a lot of ways, Kara 40 pushed the envelope. But much of what I've seen in Kara 40, right, has some facsimile somewhere else in the game, like more or less, right? So, the owls on Gnarlmoon, right? Killing stuff at the same time, that's a mechanic you've done in ZG. That's a mechanic you've done on the Hounds before, Golem... Is it Golemag? Anyway, the dog boss. I always forget his name. So, like, you've seen that before. Okay. You know, the real, like, novel thing was, like, which side you stand on. That's not too crazy. The colors was a little new, right? But so, it was, like, some twists on stuff you've seen before, or, like, Mephistroth, where you can't move, which, if you've done ZG and you fought Jindo, or, no, sorry, Mandakir, you know how to do this one, right? So, like, I'm not saying it was uninspired, but, the mechanics there, I feel like, were familiar enough that, like, I felt as a bad raider that I'd seen these. I could understand them. I could handle them. The stuff I saw in the Nightmares of Ursal, I'm like, there is not a single boss like that in vanilla. You know, like, period. There is nothing like that. Some of the stuff seemed pretty familiar. But some of it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm assuming they did it at some point in retail, but I've never seen that. so I think that part's going to be very interesting to see how the community, not just figures out some of it, but also like how players who are kind of out of kind of that level of sophistication in raiding, like how they can adapt and overcome those challenges. I really do too. Oh my god, wait a minute. Well, Hacker, wait, I know the date. I need to see if I can get that day off from work. If it is indeed a day off I need from work, it could be a weekend day. But I mean, more genuinely, I want to make sure my schedule's clear. Because it would be cool to stream some of the stuff. In before ads, immune to everything but thorn effects. Oh, that would be pretty toxic. Scythen, how's Lunatic been going? I've seen you in various channels promoting making there be a Nomergan raid for you guys. I also want you guys to know that I pretty publicly roasted DJ Shield quite recently. Shout out to DJ Shield if you watch this later. But DJ Shield had a radio show where he was walking around to different cities in Azeroth and talking about why he should be the king or war chief. One of the first cities he went to was Ironforge. And do you know what he did after Ironforge? He walked up to Undercity. Now, not only is that silly, because that takes forever, but he walked right by Gnomer Reclamation Facility. And I'm not like some huge gnome fan. I'm also not a gnome hater. But I want to say, gnomes, Lizzie Babs, I know you care. I want you to know I did not let that slide. I said, hey, the gnomes have a city too. You walked right by it, and it was right near Ironforge. Shame on you. Gnomes are citizens of the Alliance. And they deserve your wacky antics as well. Yeah, I mean, Scythen, I'm genuinely proud of the work that you've done to help foster a lunatic community. I think it's great. It's the kind of stuff that I love on Turtle WoW. Player-made things, player-made communities is like the lifeblood of these realms. And I think you've been doing a great job. I know people will get annoyed. That's fine, And people that enjoy doing Lunatic, I think it's great because, let's be honest, like, it was probably a throwaway idea by Torta, who thought it was funny. And then someone said, no, this is fun. And little emergent things like that are exactly what makes, this era of WoW so fun and unique. And by the way, that's not a slight at Torta, but let the record show, a lot of the weird leveling challenges, you go like, how the heck does that work? Or, it's probably a Torta idea. I say that with love too. But it's probably a Torta idea. It's half-baked, and she has it in her mind that it's a good idea. And you know what? Sometimes they're good ideas. Sometimes they are genuinely good ideas. They don't always hit. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Scythen, I love to hear it. I genuinely love to hear it, man. I think that's great. I first got exposed to the community through someone that was in our guild who later had to be kicked. Not for behavior, but for like, come on, dude. Look where our guild base is. Stabs McKenzie, who, by the way, did attend the Blackwing Guard 4th birthday party. It was very nice to have him here at the guild base. It was good to see him. Have a couple alumni show up, but Stabs is great. For PR? Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, Scythen, I think you know where our guild base is, and this was back when Lunatic was very PvP oriented. It still is now, but people used to have the old war mode, so people would spawn into the world with war mode. And the Blackwing Guard guild base, if you're just like a little careful, you can basically jump down to Northshire Abbey. And, you know, when that cat got out of the bag, like, I told the officers, like, and I wasn't like trying to be a tattle. I'm like, hey, this is kind of conflict of interest. Like, we can't have lunatics that are just joining our guild just to jump down into Northshire Abbey. And Stabs was a class act. He's like, yeah, nope, that's fine. I completely understand. No friction. Absolutely cool dude about it. And no problem. But that was how I first got introduced to the more bloodthirsty part of the lunatic community. Yeah, that griffin's gone now too, so it is a little harder to do. But yeah, he's a cool dude. All right, so I'm going to finish up this cast, and we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look to see what I caught. Now, before I press Alt-Z and take a look, I'd like to see in chat... hold on, wait, can I... I'm going to tell you how many fish I caught. And I want to see what you guys think I caught. Hold on, let me... is it this one? Okay. Let's see, that is... 55... 66... 72. I caught 72 fish. What do you guys think I caught? I hear you're pitching your vase, so you already know there will be a new reputation. I don't think there is going to be a new reputation. And again, I say this with love. When the turtle team needs to make something new, there's always a chance of something unintended breaking. They're less likely to make something new unless they have to. Not only is that economical on your workforce, but it's also like kind of been a pattern in the past, and I don't slight them for it, but it's like my personal feel, and I can't remember what they're doing. I bet you they're not going to, but I'm wondering if they should or if they did. Looks like no one seems to care what kind of fish I caught. Am I the only person who cares about fishing? Is it just me? $22 yellowfin. Fish is the closest, because he guessed fish. Or whatever they're called. Yeah, fun fact about yellowfin. I didn't want Maury to get roasted about this, but fun fact, if you fish in Ashara, see if I can bring this up. I think it's spotted yellow. Do you see how there's raw spotted yellowtail? Sometimes you catch spotted yellowtail. Evidently, I haven't tested this. And you know what that means? That means you can catch fish that has been cooked already. Hacker doesn't want to venture a guess. All right, all right. Well, let's see what we got. I don't know if you can read that very well. Hold on, let me get. Come on. All right, there it is. Okay, I can move it. So, let's see. 43 white scale salmon. All right, not bad. 12 nightfin snappers. Hey, fishers of the world. If you're looking for some nightfin, Hydra Spawn's pool. It's available. It's not hard to get to. Now, for what it's worth, I believe it is nighttime for the server. So you could end up catching Sunscale if you fish at a different time. But right now, it is 4:12 EST, and the server says it is 16:05 server time. Or, oh wait, no, that's... First off, okay, so 4:12 p.m. is 16:12. When I do /time, it says 16:05, which means for some reason, our clocks are off. One of us is wrong. But either way, we're roughly in accordance about time. But I don't know if... Server time? I don't think that's command. Okay, anyway, I know if I do this, it'll show local time, server time, zone time. Okay. I don't believe any of this, by the way. I don't know, who knows? The time in-game clock shows is incorrect. Good to know. But let the record show I am fishing at 4:12 p.m. That local time at the top, that's me. That's where I'm sitting right now. I'm EST, which we just did daylight savings. I don't know if we're 4 or 5 away from server time right now. But if we are, it's definitely nighttime, right? So I'm on Kalimdor. It should be nighttime. So I think even if it's sunny outside, it's still, you know. If you re-log, you'll see the correct time for a few minutes. How can time be real if our eyes aren't real? Oh my god. Maxim, stop. Hey, is anyone online right now that could hook an orc up? I need to camp and get out of here. Also, the rest of the fish I caught were plated armor fish and redgill. Redgill's useless. Plated armor fish is important, and here's why. They are co-exclusive with lightning eels, which means if I fished here during the day, I would expect to get lightning eels and sunscale salmon, potentially. But use that as a data point. Hold on, I'll check my guild. Can someone invite me so I can reset this dungeon and escape? I'm kind of jazzed I got Nightfin. I've been on a Nightfin dry run recently. What? Whoa, holy crap, someone scared me. Thanks. Logging now. Just reset instance after I log off. Thank you. I don't know who that is. Macalux. Doing a little /camp. All right. Interesting. So, next fishing hole we're going to try out. This one actually came suggested by Murrog. We're going to fish outside of Moradon Orange. where there is a fishing pool. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what I can catch there. Murrock swore by it and said during Classic, it's where she would go to catch knifefin. So maybe we can catch them there. We'll see. All right. Hopefully we got reset here. This one I won't have to go into a dungeon, so there's that. Haxor, I'm going to test your theory too. Did it not let you reset the instance? I'm still inside Darmal. Yeah, so it says you can't reset. Are you not? It's okay. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. No worries. It's gonna go to Booty Bay, and then I'll get to Ratchet, and then I can fly over to Moradon. Easy enough. Oh, explode. Good. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's exactly what happened, huh? Sorry, I'm realizing I'm back in game. There it is. Yeah, Loch Ness. Actually, Haxor was in YouTube chat just a little while ago. He still might be lurking. But yeah, there was a new client, not client, a new launcher version was rolled out. Probably in preparation for the actual patch. But if you read through the changelog, there's actually a couple neat things. I wonder if I can actually access that changelog. Probably can. Launcher changelog. Yeah, I think actually, let me see if I can show this while I wait for the boat. Is it this one? It is. Hey, look at that. Okay. All right. So we'll just look at this quickly. Make sure DLLs is always correctly updated before startup. That's great. Region switching functionality. Renamed one-time code field on log page at two-factor authentication. All right. Improved error feedback for clean WDB on each launch. Setting failing to delete WDB folder. I know sometimes this is like maybe a while ago, but it wasn't always deleting my WDB. But this might be some further cleanup on that. Oh, interesting. Interesting. When I scroll, you guys can't see that. Why is that? OBS is being weird. Hold on. Can I force the issue? No. All right. I'll read this and put back up. So that's just a weird OBS thing. That has nothing to do with the launcher. It might have something to do with the launcher, but and then there. Where did you go? There it is. All right, we'll have that up for later if we need it. Yeah, that might actually work, Scythen. there was a lot of stuff that wasn't quite consequential. I didn't want to just like read a laundry list of stuff. Let me check a couple other things here. Enabling available mods automatically keeps them up to date, and you can opt out of updates by clicking ignore updates, or when you use different versions than the launcher provides. This one that's actually kind of important for people, I feel. Let's see if I can. By the way, Scythen, that did not work. That did not work. Damn. All right, well, we tried. Okay. That's interesting. I know it is always nerve-wracking. You know, I think people's first experience with the launcher might not have been a great one. Haxer genuinely has been hard at work getting this thing to work and work well, and it's been a treat to watch over time. Okay, hold on. This thing does not like dealing with a preview pane, evidently. What? Okay, that goes away. Okay. I do see added console launch argument for better debugging options. That's great. Added now playing section to the radio. You love to see that. You love to see that. There is a minimize to tray option to the settings. That might be nice. Anonymize account names and user file system paths and log. That's good too. Thank you. Added transmog fix mod. Let's go. Oh, and you know, while we're on the subject of transmogs, I do want to show you guys something. This was like a small part of the last part of the last changelog they posted. Now, I want to make more people aware of this because the language on it wasn't like 100%, and I did have to check with the dev who made it to make sure I understood it fully. What you're looking at right here, other than Azeroth's #1 news orc, what you're looking at is Vrograg, but there's an axe on his back, right? Now, there is not an axe in the game that will attach to a player's back. If there is, I am not aware of it, but that is unusual. Most axes that I can remember or think of attach on your waist. Now, an issue kept popping up with transmog, and it usually was two-hand weapons like staves, maces, polearms. When you transmogged, let's say you had a, Eye of Nerub, and then you changed it to a different spear, it would still appear where the Eye of Nerub would, but then it would be inverted. And this and a lot of other little like special cases was really making it kind of like a nightmare for the team to just keep getting bug reports about this stuff. So the solution was, as I understand it, to put, if you transmog a weapon, whatever you transmog that weapon into, it will match the attachment point. So what you see right here can't exist anymore. So any things like this that happen can no longer happen. You can get grandfathered in with them, but any new ones won't happen. So if I tried to do this exact same T-Mog again with Thunder Fury, which that's what the weapon is, it will now follow the attachment point of the axe, not of Thunder Fury. I just want to make people aware of that, because if you have a T-Mog that like maybe you can never get again, I don't want you to accidentally override it and not catch that. Soap Lava says the zone east of Western Plagueling has no fishing. Hold on, wait. East of Western Plaguelands. So Scarlet Enclave? I'm trying to think. And we can go over there and check it. There might be a pond, but I can't think of one. You're right. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I now realize that I have 2 transmogged weapons that I can never do again. I have this axe that's on my back because it's a Thunder Fury, and my Ancient Karaji Ripper, I transmogged to look like my Thunder Fury, but because it's AQR and I did it in the old system, it attaches on my hip. So you're not going to be able to see that anymore. You're not going to see new transmogs of Thunder Fury on people's hips or other weapons attaching to the back of you because they're a Thunder Fury. Just keep that in mind. Now you know. Now you know, and knowing's half the battle. Maxim Cyric says, I haven't used the launcher in ages. I would suggest you first, just like anything, back up configs and WTFs and give it another try. I don't say that as I'm a Turtle WoW cheerleader. Nope, I'm generally not. I mean, if something was crap, I would tell hackers it's crap. But it's grown and developed by leaps and bounds since its early releases, which soured a lot of people, which I think is fair, by the way. Some people lost like all of their configs, they lost add-ons, and like I would be pissed too. I wouldn't want to touch it. So like I think it's safe to test now, Maxim, but like if you don't want to, I understand. You will need it for the next patch, but you know, just I would say give it another whirl. There's other really nice quality of life things in there that I like as well, like the one-click updates of add-ons. That has a lot of juice in it. And while I'm talking about add-ons, Klasu Roll says, I don't understand what happened to the T-Mog, sorry. Okay, so what happened, if I could put it as plain English as possible, because I also recognize I have a lot of English as second language viewers. When you go to transmog a weapon, the attachment point of the weapon will be whatever you transmog it to. So, if your weapon that you're transmogging, let's say you just have like a nondescript white sword that attaches to your hip, right? If you transmog it to a weapon that attaches to your back, it will now attach to your back. It will follow the attachment point of the item you are transmogging it into. The reason this is different than the previous system, in the previous system, all that would change is the visual, and the attachment point of the original item would stay. So that's really the only difference. This is really just stuff for like big transmog enthusiasts to know. Most people this isn't going to matter, but I just want people to be aware of it. Exactly. Closet roll, exactly. You can no longer have Thunder Fury on hips. If you have it, it will stay. It will stay that way until you transmog it again. That does mean I'm going to walk around town with my AQR that is on my hip but looks like a Thunder Fury to flex, because obviously I need to flex more, just to really boost my own ego. Unrelated, but the AI music sounds like Minecraft OST. It probably can sometimes. I don't doubt it. Who knows what kind of random AI music I make. I kind of like stuff that's a little bit more dancey, sometimes a little bit more relaxed. I have some more fantasy-ish sounding AI stuff I've made, but it's nothing that I'd ever want to make money off of or pretend like I'm a composer. True story. There have been people that have approached Turtle's music team saying they're a composer and they just make AI music. That's tough. That's tough because the people that actually are composers, whose like job, like real, whether it's like a day job or like a real job, that is real rough to have to try to convince those people. And I just hope this hypothetical person survived the scathing remarks they probably got. All right, next fishing location, Orange Side Moradon, as requested by Murog, my lovely, beautiful, talented, and some might say too good for me, troll wife. She probably is too good for me. But it's too late, I'm already in. She agreed. She said till death do us part. Guess what? I ain't killing her, so she ain't free. Oh wait, she could kill me though. Do you ever have the sudden urge to build a tolerance to poison? AI composers is way too long of a term, so we'll have to settle on slopsers. Yeah, like I will never pretend. And anyone who's watched my stream and they're like, "Oh, hey, I like this music. What is it?" You'll immediately hear it's just AI slop. Don't worry about it. There's only a couple songs that I've even vaguely been proud about, and it's only because I wrote the lyrics. Like my Shagu song, which I haven't heard in a minute. I think hold on. I think I might have it. Give me a second. Stop running, Vrograg. Do I still have it? Oh, I do. Hold on. If you don't know Shagu, you should. Creator of PFUI. We'll talk about PFUI in a second here. Free Shagu.
They call him Shagu, but he's no thief. Just a game of caught in disbelief. Oh, a storm of papers, a legal raid for crimes he never even made. Justice for Shagu, let the truth shine through. He's no pirate, just a man like you. Justice for Shagu, what did he do? He plays the game, but they play him too. Serve a smaller world so wide. He built a space where we could find. No plundered gold, no stolen flame. Yet they dragged his name into their shame. Was it greed? Was it pride? Why they target the peaceful side? Oh, justice for Shagu, let the truth shine through. He's no pirate, just a man like you. Justice for Shagu, what did he do? He plays the game, but they play him too. Oh, Babylon system, why you attack the innocent man who just gave us a track? It's a game, it's a dream, not a battle to fight. Why turn the joy into League of Light?
The song plays off into just a small breakdown after. I'm sorry. So if you don't know, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on with PFUI, which is what has to do with Shagu. Shagu, if you don't know, is the creator of PFUI, which is sort of like an all-in-one raid frames. A lot of the creature comfort things that many people in the server have used have done so because of Shagu's tireless work to make those niceties available on this terrible client. No, Raukangren, you have to earn it. Hold on. Strange fishing spot number 2. Is it Maradam? Hold on. It's Mara Dawn. No, sorry, Mara with a U. Maraudon. Okay. All right. So I believe this is the spot promised to me by Murag. We'll see how it works. All right. Also, I don't know what this is. I mean, I know it's a dryad, but I don't...
The great outdoors.
Hold on.
For the trees.
Shoutouts to Liraloon. All right. Let's get back on my fishing pole, and we're going to try out this fishing hole here. All right, so what's going on with PFUI? Why did I bring it up? Why did I remind people who Shagu is? So my understanding is that someone else, who's actually a good friend of the stream, Meow Gaming, who's made the Vrograg chat control add-on, has in some way, shape, or form either made a fork of PFUI and is now maintaining that. I don't know the inside details, and I know because Shagu probably wants to retain any semblance of privacy he might have left. Probably doesn't want to comment on it, but hopefully there's some kind of an agreement there, because I know that's pretty tough to deal with, what he's gone through. If you don't know, he was oddly named in the lawsuit from Blizzard. He's not a Turtle Team member. Everyone, even people that don't like PFUI, who might not even like Shagu, were like, that was out of left field. There was no reason. That's uncalled for. So, truly was a victim. I've heard that he may get removed from the lawsuit officially at some point. I don't know if that's true. It might have even happened already. I don't know. But he does not belong on that lawsuit. So hopefully he does get off there. Another really tough spot is that, like, it kind of soft doxed him, and he's just a nice, quiet guy who really likes the private server community, and like it's not a reason to be put on blast by Blizzard. So, anyway, so there is a new forked version of PFUI to be aware of. I actually haven't moved over to it. I found out about it yesterday, and, much like Maxim was scared about using the launcher, I was scared to update my PFUI because I've spent so long getting it to be just like I don't want to lose it. What if I lose it? And I know if I just copy all my settings, I'll be fine. But at the same time, I'm like, what if it messes something up? Early reviews though have been it's fine. It's PFUI. And I did hear there's a couple other things that were improved. So actually, you know what might be even better? Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can actually bring up the link for that. Alright, you guys don't see that yet. Just making sure I'm not doxing anything else. We don't need more of that. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, did I miss the fish? Dang it. Guess I think I missed the fish. Alright. News browser. All right. So, I can post this in chat for those that want to check it out. Now, yes, Haxer, you can fish here. That's the link to the new fork. Yes, and you can catch really cool things too. I've heard from Murog. Murog knew about this one. I didn't know about this one. Just pitting these. By the way, this is not a slight on anything Shagu's done. This is just someone from our community who's decided to pick up the torch and keep going with it. So thank you, and like obviously, thank you, Shagu, for making such a great add-on. I'm glad that your legacy won't die with a stupid, unwarranted naming in a lawsuit, and I'm sad that you can't be here in a more real way to watch this torch being passed. This branch is 272 commits ahead of Shagu PFUI Master. So we know that, see, there was a fork, and it has 272 commits. Probably small changes. I was going to see if I could find the change log here. Here's a couple important things to know about it, because I remember hearing about this. It will now require Super WoW and NAM power with optional Unit XP SP3 DLL integration. That's important because some things in old PFUI didn't take advantage of it. Most of it did, or you need separate add-ons to make it work. Oh, here's the change log. I would say give this a read. You know, if you're like me and you like functional UIs, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I haven't taken a look at this. It does look like NAM power is now required with this version, the one they released in March 2nd. Wow. Meow Gaming's been busy. Can you believe this is the guy that made the Vrograg control add-on? The guy that made it so that the screen goes blank when I'm playing Derangel also did all this work. Oh, would you look at that? Meow Gaming's in chat right now. Hello, Meow Gaming. We were just discussing the new PFUI. I wanted to bring it up. I think it's pretty big community news. So I'm still on old PFUI. So one of the reasons that happens, right, is because the GitHub repository that it's linked to in the launcher is like the original branch, and because you have a different branch, it doesn't know to go to that one. So, hey, you know, if you have people that raid, even if you don't raid, just people that use PFUI, you might want to let them know about this because they probably have to change which branch they're on. Yes, you can send... Sorry. Can I PM you a short showcase clip of what Experiment has right now? Should I be scared? I gotta say though, Meow Gaming, you've been busy. You've been real busy. All right. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Got a fish. Got a fish. All right. Let me see if I can. Don't. Okay, big enough. Actually, I can, hold on. Give me a sec with OBS. I can probably make this look a little better. Crap. I can't see the... Oh, I missed... Can someone move this dryad? I keep missing casts because they're behind her. Sorry. Not nearly as important as this video, but... There's always time for fishing. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Okay, we'll get this a little bit bigger now. Take a good look-see. Okay, hidden buff, debuff, or a list. Ooh, you can hide buffs and debuffs. That's really good. That's actually super important. For high-level raiders, this is very important. Oh, it'll automatically hide some? Okay, because... Oh, man, this is such a game changer. Okay, well, there you have it. Late breaking news. I gotta fix this again. So, if you don't fully understand what that means, that's fine. I can explain it briefly. So, in situations where you have a lot of buffs, like a raid, where you have a lot of consumables on, you have a lot of stuff going on, there is sort of this persistent issue that keeps popping up for raiders, where you get too many buffs. And while that doesn't sound like that bad of a thing, it actually kind of is. Because things can happen. And when I say things, let me be more specific. Things can happen like, let's say when you're mounted, the only way you can dismount is by right-clicking on your mount to dismount. If that buff gets hidden, congratulations, you now can't get off your mount without removing a different buff to make more space. Now, I don't think there is a class who, before battle, can get to buff cap. And maybe you can if you get some really silly ones, right? But what happens is there's lots of buffs you get during combat. A good example, and one of the best case studies of this, is actually the Scythe of Elune, which when you cast spells, there's a chance you get one of 6 different buffs from the Scythe, and each one of those buffs will strengthen a specific school of magic. Now, if you have a tons of buffs going, you might not be able to see that one because it's like lower on priority. You still get the benefit, but you actually can't see it to like even mouse over it or like check what it is. There's other examples of like, you pop like a cooldown. It doesn't last that long, but you're like, oh crap, how many seconds do I have left on this buff? So this is actually a really big deal. If something will automatically hide so you can see the other buffs, this is awesome. This is a big deal. You can go above the 32 limit with the overflow tracking, and they will show up normally on the buff bar. I mean, that's a godsend, honestly. And by the way, that isn't a slight towards Shagu, by the way, who made most of PFUI from the ground up. He like did everything on it with like next to no support. The phrase "we stand on the shoulder of giants" comes to mind when something like this happens, and I'm happy to hear, Meow, that you've taken the torch. It looks like so far you're doing good work, and I think PFUI will continue because I mean, like, that was a genuine concern, right? Shagu essentially got bullied by Blizzard out of the community. I mean, he was already on his way out because there were people in the community who were being asshats, and that's a whole different story. I even touched upon that when that was happening. But the 1-2 punch of asshats in the community and then asshats who are a corporation gave Shagu's like, Shagu's just done. And you can't blame him, right? But I know for me, I'm like, and I know I wasn't alone. I'm like, oh, this isn't being maintained now. Ooh, what happens and what's going to happen? So this is great. This is good news. And I will definitely spread it as much as I can. Also, the Rare Kangren, thank you for getting rid of that spammer. I did kind of fully rewrite the whole add-on. The only thing left is the shell outside, and the inside is completely new. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me you removed all the Shagu jank. Maybe I wanted the Shagu jank. I don't know enough about coding to know if there was jank or not. But I do know Shagu worked on that add-on for a long time, so I'm guessing it's fine to revitalize a code base. Accepting thanks only with a sound reward. You said sound, not music. So what sound do you want? I'll make a gnome sound.
Oh boy!
How we get new PFUI? Because Meow Gaming is insane. I think maintaining and making PFUI requires a level of insanity and dedication that's seen by few people in the community. By the way, Meow Gaming, if anyone bullies you, gets upset at you, is like mean to you in the least, name and shame them. I do not mobilize people to watch my stuff very often, but I will mobilize them to protect people in our community that just do good work and help other players. People who are mean to those people deserve to play Blizzard. Loch Ness, it's in the launcher. Yep. Yeah, I think so for me, because I have the old branch, it doesn't tell me to update. I can double check that. Let me double check that. I should. So if I go to add-ons, I'm trying to find it here. Okay, hopefully this will show. I for some reason, like, OBS does not want to believe. That's not right. That's just the same game again. What the? Hold on. Look at the launcher. See the launcher's here. No, don't do that. Okay. Now we're gonna go here and then look at. You're just gonna do it again. You're gonna do it. Yep. Yeah, have it up for a second. I'm going to go to properties. Okay, well that's not... Okay, it's... It does not believe... OBS does not believe in the existence of the launcher. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. But anyway... mine still says I'm on the Shagu branch, so I haven't updated. I will have to do so. Just a slop with AI prompt you made to make for that Shagu track, free Shagu. I could give you the prompt if you're really curious. it's going to be underwhelming when you see it. Oh boy, how do I find well, I'm trying to find which song it is. Is it this one? Nope. Okay, good. You guys couldn't hear that. I don't know how to find this now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe? Okay. All right, how do I show this? Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Just understand that I know how to spell Shagu. I had to do this to make AI understand. That was the prompt. Reggae, syncopated rhythm guitar, classic, laid-back groove, warm brass accents. That was the prompt. Also, the lyrics are me. You have to do all this stuff, but that's what I did. Now you know how the sausage was made. I hope you are excited to know. I mean, I don't even know. Have I been catching fish? I actually haven't looked. Hold on. I have been. Okay. Yeah, Meow Gaming, I do not doubt in my mind that that is quite a task. I hope you've been able to keep gainful employment. Meow Gaming says, like 80% of whole PFUI is manpower driven now by events, unit fields, and DBC field props to a Avitasia for that, because he did like 14 updates on my requests. That there were words in that were English. I know it. You know it. But yeah, Haxer. I mean, like, I think that's something that you shouldn't have to do. I think the community should be able to handle policing themselves. When, like, here's a good example of it working in action. Yesterday, I'm doing Nax. We can look at my Nax logs if people are really interested, but we were doing Nax, having a good time, right? And some people died because they're dumb. Because that's Nax. And you have dumb people that will always raid with you forever. Even at the highest level. Remember, we watched the hard chores clear Nax. They had people die to void zones. It happens at every level, guys. It's okay. But because we were hardcore, of course, we had some people rezzing. And someone in raid said, hey, I updated to the new PFUI, and now if I cancel my res, it will actually remove the wings from the raid frames. And then someone else who doesn't have updated said like, oh, wait, you updated? I didn't see an update. And see, like, the word will get out. because there's new functionalities, like, for instance, that exact reason. Meow, that was a big popular change among the rezzers. Because sometimes what happens is, like, you see someone dead, you're like, oh, I'll res him, right? And then maybe you get distracted. Maybe you see someone else that you know has more mana warming up a res, you're like, I'll stop. But now no one in raid knows if they're still getting rezzed. Well, Fish, I know you primarily as a druid. So your res is special, but I know you play other classes. You should res. If you're trying to parse, like, I get it, but healers shouldn't have to res. Generally. DPS, if you can res, should be the ones to res. Haxer, I one of the things that I really wanted to be on the private test realm for was to check the new raid frame stuff you guys were rolling out. Because I know you guys have spent a good amount of effort on modernizing the base vanilla raid frames. Because, I mean, I love vanilla purists that only want the vanilla UI, but they cannot look me in the face and say, yeah, 1.12's raid frames are good and functional. They can't do it because they would be lying. A great TPS does more than DPS. Soap Lava, thank you. Thank you for being a true believer in what a DPS should be. All you're bringing to the table is damage. That isn't a good raider. You should bring synergy. You should bring cooperation, listening to directions, helping where you can when you can. That's a sign of a good raider. You can be a big pumper and that's fine. But guess how much damage you do if you pull threat and you die? You do 0. You always do 0 damage if you die. Because you pulled threat, because you wanted to have a pissing contest with your mates about, like, I've theory crafted. If I use Might of Menethil, and I do this only on trash and ignore what the tanks are doing, I could do anything. Oh, some DPS died, I guess, though. Well, I could have equipped a shield, but I wanted to parse. That isn't a good DPS. That is someone who's good at DPS, but that isn't a good raider necessarily, right? Maybe I'm saying this because I raid primarily as a shaman, so, like, I am dyed-in-the-wool a believer in cooperation. I believe in, like, helping your group, even if it means you don't do the big number all the time. Because you're like, you know what? Yeah, sometimes Elemental gets a little short on mana. But you know what does more damage probably than me doing one more Lightning Bolt? Remembering to put out Wind Fury again. Strength of Earth, if I have melee. If I'm in a range group, Tranquil Air stacks with Salvation. And there's going to be dumb DPS in my group who now I've given them a little bit more buffer room. They don't know it, but they have it. That's part of being a good raider, I think. You can get the PTR patch 9 and play with it on live. Okay, so I can get the patch. I can just put the patch in my client and then everything will just be there? But, like, if I touch it, I won't be able to... the server will not believe anything that I'm telling it, right? Like, how would that work? Oh, I see. The raid frames. The raid frames, though. That's true. That would work. That would work. Yeah, I'll finish up fishing here, and then I'll check them out if I can get that. Haxer, hold on. Where would I get the patch? Not in your client. MPQ files are saved in a folder. Well, I know. I wouldn't put it in add-ons. It's a data folder, right? Yeah, exactly. Listen, I know a little bit, okay? I don't know if you know this, but I've turned all of Gnomergan magenta. I know how to edit data files. And Hackers Launcher has tried to delete that data file multiple times. I have to like, oh, I can't do that because I don't remember how I did it. So I'm like, I can't lose this patch. I'm curious about Shadow Priest changes. As I am not curious. Listen, Closer Roll. I am not curious because I've read them all. I know what all the changes are. My only difficulty is I want to share them and I can't. You named it Patch Z, didn't you? No, I didn't. I named it like... I can... Hold on. What did I name it? What did I name it? Let's see. Data. So it's in... Oh, no. Fish. Okay. Where did I put it? No! I think I got rid of it. Well, now I'll never know. Anyway, I know where my data folder is, but... Whatever it was, it had an M in it for magenta. That's what I remember about it. I see you tagged me there. Thank you, Hexer. I do see that. Hold on, let me DM you back. I can see it, but it is... I'm an idiot, never mind. Oh, sorry, I'm not fishing, this is bad. Wow, thank you. Red Stripe.
Buy yourself a coffee.
Thank you.
Deserve IT.
I appreciate that. Thank you. By the way, the alert might play twice. I don't drink coffee, but I'll buy myself a Monster Pacific Punch. Have you tried fishing inside Mara near the waterfall, near the Gator Bros? Yeah, but I think people know you can fish there. Part of today was seen about fishing in spots you don't normally fish in. And there it is playing the second time. I like how there's two different voices. I don't know why that happens. I could fix it, but it happens infrequently enough that it always makes me giggle when it happens. Alright. It is in a folder for MPQ. Okay, well, what's in this folder? Alright. I don't want Spanish, Portuguese, Espanol, Chinese. And I don't want the ones that say old. You hope the new 2.5 set will be good? Yeah, I mean, Priest has been very interesting. I mean, like, hold on. trying to think. They did talk about class changes, right? Sometimes it's hard to know what I can and can't talk about. They posted about class changes, right? Am I crazy? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they didn't... I think they didn't say what the shadow set's going to do. That's right. They did. I think... I'm trying to... Really? Did they? God, like, the thing is like, I read that, like, I don't know, like 2 months ago, right? And then I saw it, and then it changed, and then it might have got posted publicly, but I don't know if they posted everything publicly, but I think they did. They must have, right? They must have. Meow, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for all the work you do, and thank you also for helping to continue the legacy of PFUI. Anyway, targetable Prayer of Healing is going to be a big deal. That's, I mean, like, for priests, that's huge. I know that has nothing to do with Shadow, class we roll, but that's gigantic. Like, even though it's a mana hungry spell, like, that's... I mean, how are paladins going to heal snipe everyone? They can't heal snipe everyone in a 5-person group. Checkmate paladins. All right, so I think that finished downloading. Yeah, put that there. So, Haxer. My understanding here is that I'm going to restart my client, put that data patch in my client, start it up without the launcher, because the launcher will be like, "Whoa, buddy, you got an illegal patch there." I started up, but I need to start up without any add-ons on, so I can just see the vanilla UI to take a look, and then we can take a look at the raid frames. That would be fun. Exactly, Feronia. Yes. I will disable PFUI. Don't worry, Haxer. All right. I'm going to catch this last fish. Any guesses as to what fish I caught? I'm outside of Moradon Orange. The time is locally, it's 5:13. All right. According to the time command, it's probably gonna be different. Let's have a good laugh. It says it's 6:08. It's not 6:08. But locally, it is 5:13 p.m. or 17:13. U.S. East Coast time. All right. Well. What do we got here? We caught 28 mithril head trout, 13 bristle whisker catfish, 10 rock scale cod, 6 oily blackmouth, 4 firefin snapper, and 1 spotted yellowtail. Now, here's something fun. I'm glad I caught one in the wild. You can see that this says I caught a spotted yellowtail. You see what the word is missing from this? Raw. That means I caught a, well, fishing buddy, you screwed me here. I know you can catch them in the game. You can catch cooked fish. Maybe not here. I thought this might have been one of the spots. This seems a little underwhelming for Moradon. I thought they would have more mid-level fish. I guess not. It is weird that I catch firefin here. Firefin's almost exclusively an ocean fish. This is not the ocean. This is inside a cave. Mithril trout is about right. This, actually, I would expect to be lower level water. This is usually like starting area plus fish. So this fish table does look a little weird to me. I would expect maybe, honestly, more yellowtail, if anything, and more cod. I'm actually surprised I got bristle whisker catfish. So this might be a little buggy. It's not terrible though. All right. So Haxer, I'm going to endeavor on this thing. Let me do this thing where I go to add-ons and then I just go Vrograg right now. All right, I've saved this profile. I'm gonna go. Okay, if I saved it. Okay, I think I know what to do. All right, I'm gonna turn off the game. Just give me a second. I'll update this right here. Checking out new raid UI. Okay. The launcher wanted to verify a bunch of stuff. I'm like, no. Stop while you're ahead. Okay. I currently have a patch 9. I'm going to take the old patch 9, copy it, and put it in somewhere I can back it up. I'm sorry, I know you can't watch this, but I want to make sure Haxer knows I'm not walking into a deadly trap. Okay, so now we're going to take this one and put it here, and when asked, do you want to overwrite? I say yes. Okay, so that worked without a hitch. Now I'm going to start back up it without the launcher, because the launcher would probably be pretty upset. Nothing broke, so that's good. I am now disabling all my add-ons. No, wait. Cancel that. Oh, crap. Did you remember what I did? Okay, I think I just need to turn off PFUI. And the PFUI ones. That's probably easier and won't mess up everything later. Can you make the launcher accept the dev patch in a secret dev menu? Maybe. I don't know. Because I just closed out of the launcher because it was starting to verify my files, and I didn't want it to do that. I'll check in a second. It is crazy that they just let me do stuff, huh? All right. So we are going to go to... If anyone here gets sick at seeing... Okay. All right. Here it is. We're back in vanilla UI. All right. Don't pay attention to this mess of other add-on buttons. We're not judging on that. Now, I need to get into a raid. So, can someone help me test something and invite me to a group, then make it a raid? We'll see if I think any takers on that. Thank you. Oh, hey, Joe. Okay, so we are officially a raid. I mean, this looks pretty normal. All right. Can you pass lead? Just want to see. So if I put this in group 6. Oh, okay. Well, here's some really good news right off the bat. I see a name abbreviation. That's good. I see health and I see resources. I have a warrior, so I'm seeing rage, and there's a rogue, so I see energy. Those are good things. This is already, I mean, granted, listen, the bar was on the floor for the vanilla raid frames. This is pretty slick though. All right, we have the raid instances. Oh, ready check button. Ready check. Are you ready? Oh, wait. You might not be able to see the ready check. No, that would make sense. There's also the whole new option menu. Options. Oh, okay, look at this. Display. That looks normal. World appearance. Nice. Shaders. Okay, I mean, this is stuff you find in the game right now, but you just have to know where to look for it. All right. Action bars. Good stuff. Camera. All right, so it looks like this just makes what was before a little harder to navigate a little bit simpler, which conversely is going to be annoying for people like me who know how to look for it. Because look, now there's no video, sound. It's just all options, right? But now you can go right to, oh, here's all the video stuff. Here's specifically the ones you're probably looking for. You have sound, then you have your interface one. Floating combat text, display. Okay. Yeah, I think this has legs, honestly, Haxer. I mean, for the people that don't use full GUI overhauls, also some people that just like the vanilla look and feel, they might genuinely just adopt this and love it and hug it. You can do a search. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what if I want to do helm? Show. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What if I want to speech bubbles? Enable error speech. What about, what is that? Chat? Chat hover delay. Show chat bubbles. Okay. Yep, it has that. All right. What about camera? Yeah. The search is pretty slick, actually. What? Oh, okay. Yep. It's always so annoying to find water collision, by the way. This is as the kids would say, this is pretty poggers. I'm glad Meow went to sleep, because this will break the crap out of PFUI. Poor Meow. And the raid frames have the extra customization options. Yeah, let's take a look at some of that. So, hide interface in raid. Click this to hide your party's portraits and health bars. Okay. I do that by default, but show party background. Show a background behind party members. Oh, I'm not in a party. Class colored names. Okay, that works. Beautiful. Unit health bar color. I can do it by class. Oh, love that. Love that. Debuff indicator style. Icon or something. I don't really have any debuffs, but I'd have to like be in a raid to test this more fully. But I really like what I'm seeing here. Show group headers. So that's this where it says group 6. I can get rid of that. Show group border. Okay. Unit grow direction. Vertical, horizontal. Oh, okay. I understand what that means. So like that would be how they display. Okay, yeah, I think I get that. Unit frame width. Oh, I could just have them take up the whole screen if I want, or I could just make them small. Haxer, I'm gonna hand it to you. This is a functional raid frame setup. My hat's off to the turtle team. This, I mean, nicely done. It also looks sufficiently vanilla. I would feel that people who only like using vanilla UI might actually enjoy this. Might actually use it. And the raid frames are actually, yeah. Is show player challenges new? Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Show active leveling challenges of a player in the player tooltip. I don't know if that's new. I would assume it is. Do you think it works? Yeah, exactly, Scythen. I'm gonna check this on. I don't know if the query's gonna work, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Slippin' saying it's been around for a while. It's news to me. All right, we were gonna go. Last fishing spot was Vrograg, so I need to escape and say goodbye to my dryad friend. Bye. Get rid of this stupid disguise. Sorry, I heard what sounded like a ghost horse somewhere near me. Oh, it's because of these guys. That's why I heard it. Okay. Ah, I see, Haxer. Okay. I hope I remember how to get out. I think I do. Sometimes Mordon's a little annoying to get out of. You know, because I do agree that people who are new to raiding, even new to doing group content, some of the UI elements can be a little overwhelming if you don't really understand what's going on. So I think this actually might act as like a nice, you know, oh boy, my keybinds are not. It did that sound like I queued for something. That was weird. It still keeps this up there. I'm a person who likes my target and my raid frame, like my health, like much more front and center. This isn't like bad. This is functional enough that I could use it if, God forbid, like PFUI like exploded. You can move the vanilla frames too. I can? Oh, you mean like, yeah, in vanilla, I know you can move the raid frames. Yeah, that part isn't crazy. Just right click and unlock. Let's see, think of raid. Oh, hold on. Go here and... Your frame and target frame. Oh. Oh, hey, look at that. Whee! And then I'm targeting myself. There it is. Oh my goodness, is that Shagu? We were just chatting about you. I was singing your praises. I was singing, as I often do. I was filling in people on Meow making a branch of PFUI. We were talking about some of the improvements that have been made and things like that, and how much I've missed you. And that I was happy that the torch was being bared once more into the future. Everyone say hi to Shagu in chat. What? This... Hey, Haxer. I think I might have found a bug with the patch 9. This is a Flight Master. What's he selling me? What's he selling me? I mean, you know, good news. I could maybe get conquest points out of this. First public revelation of conquest points. Might be a leak? What do you mean a leak? Is Thaling going to be a conquest? Could you imagine? You can't fly anywhere without spending honor. World PvP would be nuts. Shagu, Silo, I hope you're doing well. Know that you are missed, but if you're happy, I'm happy. As I think many other people are content to know that you're happy wherever you are. Hopefully you're not replacing original flight point page, but neat. Yeah, exactly. So B101, Drew, that's gonna be a new PvP currency. They did talk about that. That's public information in the PvP overhaul notes they gave out. Yes, exactly, Haxer, yeah. Alright, so, I need to... I hate vanilla bags. Alright, I'm going to reset my client so I can, I don't know, fly? But thank you, Haxer, for letting me look at that. Very cool, very cool. I'm very excited. I think it's great that, like, the vanilla base game could have a functional, like, maybe it doesn't have all the bells and whistles you want, but the fact that there's a functional raid frame system is great. I think some players, especially the more the purists, are really going to appreciate it, I think. Every single NPC now opens a vendor window because of a bug. Yeah. All right, I'm going to exit game. All right, so I'm going to go here and here. Gotta go to data. It's patch 9. Cut. You know what? Let's get rid of that. All right. Okay, I think everything's right with the world again. I'm gonna let the launcher run so it says, like, what did you do? What did you do? You corrupted everything. Where are you going to fly, Vrograg? I said I was going, Drew, I'm going to go to Hive Regal. We're going to go, that's another strange fishing spot I want to show off and see if we can catch something weird. Hey, the man, the myth, the legend, Rodfather also dropping by to say hello. Hello, Rodfather. Hope you're doing well. Also, that is weird that you watch me on your television. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like I'm not ready for the big screen, guys. Okay, good. Nothing upset it enough to need to delete my exe. That's good. That's progress. It was like I got a little taste of the PTR without going on the PTR. That was fun. Okay. And now... Oh, I didn't do the other thing. Oh! Mark Antius, hello, hello. I'm sorry. Be right back. Because I forgot I disabled it in my login screen, so I have to re-enable PFUI there, and then I should be good. You need PFUI to enable PFUI. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Turtle Well Thunder's disable? I don't have a warrior. Not a single one, Drew. Alright. I'm back in action. I'm back in act. Please. Okay, I can fly again. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Whisper Mark Antius. Hey, man. Sorry about that. What's up? Mark Antius, some of the older stream watchers would remember Mark Antius is like my partner in crime of going to places we shouldn't go. Before they released Kara 40, we got we got into the Twisty Nether. We were not supposed to get there. We helped the team find a way to get out of bounds. Of course, then when I went back to Kara 40, when I actually got in there for like the first time, like months later, I was like, man, they got rid of it. They should have an exception for me. Me and Mark Antius both discovered that. I wouldn't have gotten into there without Mark Antius, but I did discover the bookshelf skip. Really, Drew? You watch me on the TV as well? Ugh. 3-man BWL was fun. I do not think we'll be doing a 3-man BWL in the future. Also, I hope you guys are appreciating the fact that while I'm on my rogue, look how tiny my raid frames are. Like, I don't even care. I'm not going to heal anyone. I'm not decursing or dispelling. What do I care about other people's health? Why even have raid frames? As a rogue specifically. If we go into a Bombsawin, they're my shaman, they're even when I'm DPSing, they're still big because like I might need to heal in a pinch, you know. It's a duality. It's a duality of Vrograg. To pickpocket people, I guess. Thing is, I pickpocketed enough people. I think they've caught on that I'm not actually pickpocketing them. Strange fishing spot number 3, Hive Regal. That's where we're going next. And if Rodfather's watching now maybe Rodfather might get some ideas. By the way, we had some pretty good luck with Nightfin in Dire Mall East. Which actually genuinely surprised me. I thought that wouldn't be the case. That I was getting them at like 15-ish%. So it might be pretty good. Because I know Nightfin is a pain in the butt to get. Alright, Vrograg is this one, right? Yeah. So there's water somewhere outside that we can get to. I will have to sneak... I mean, I could totally solo the bugs, I'm pretty sure, if I fight one. Do I have my... Which build of my rogue do I have on right now? I have my combat assassination, not my rogue tanking. I could put on my rogue tanking. Turn it on. So that I can flourish, have more ready access to dodge and parry. I think I already have the gear on. I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see. Overworld tank. That's the one. So we got lightning reflexes, 5/5 deflection into riposte, setup. Pretty much boilerplate all the way down to here. I don't get adrenaline rush. And then over here, pretty standard fare. I get vile poisons. Technically, I think this would be better if I was actually tanking, because threat poison exists, but I digress. Drew, I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, as a rogue, I can get anywhere, right? You know this is a druid. As a druid, you can get anywhere. It's not that hard. But I mean, I was soloing elite bugs as Vrograg even before I ever did rogue tanking. It was actually how I first really started testing rotations and stuff to see if it's doable. And I was helping Chillkill, old Blackwing Guard name, who was working on duties or something. He's like, does anyone want to help tank some of these bugs? 'Cause he's a mage and he could do it, but it goes a lot quicker because mages run out of mana quickly. You can kill one guy, solo it, but you have to stop and drink. And you have a rogue there though, then you can, who's tanking it, then you just gotta stand there and free cast. It's great. Yeah, but I've seen him every now and then. One of Blackwing Guard's first Atish. Actually, we just finished... Gigaputty just finished getting their last shard of Atish. And they have their frame from... What's his face? KT. So they just need a Cthulhu kill, and then they should be able to do the quest. Was he the first? I think Dewey might have been the first. I do not genuinely remember. I have a feeling that Chillkill was not the first though. He was one of the first 4, but I don't know where he was. All right, we're looking for water. There are stealth guys here. They're annoying, but we'll kill them if we see them. I know there's water. Where's the water? There's the water. Excuse me. All right. Let's go fishing. What do we got here? Now, I do not know if my fishing skill is going to be high enough for this, so I'm going to leave my UI on for a little bit, because I might need a lure for this. So yes, you can fish outside of Vrograg, and this is the water you do it in. This is actually the deepest water we fished in today, which is kind of funny. We're in a desert. Yep, your fish got away. I'm pretty sure I need a lure. We'll try with Aqua Dynamic Fish Attractor. I think I saw a note that said they're going to make this now last 10 minutes. I think I saw that. I know they're adding lures and stuff with survival, though, too, so that'll be fun. So I'm at 435. That should be more than enough to catch anything, conceivably. Because I think the highest is 420 fishing, which is Hyjal. So this shouldn't be higher than Hyjal. All right, there it is. So here's something funny. I saw that first fish was a sun scale salmon. Now, I want to remind everyone, I have not changed continents. All right? And if this time is based on server time, right? The EU has gone from, like, night to, like, closer to midnight. If it's based on, for some reason, my local time, it hasn't been evening. But remember, we started in Dire Maul East getting Nightfin, and the fact that I'm picking up Sunscale is so confusing. I'm not on a different continent. It hasn't been 12 hours. Now, I know there's a period of time where you can catch both, but the period of time that has elapsed since I've done Dire Maul East, where I caught 0 Sunscale salmon, should not have been... the direction the time is going, it would not make sense for it to suddenly be daytime here. Now, if I look, it looks like daytime. But remember, that is not really what the fish know. The fish know what the real time is. We don't know what it is. The fish do. Does not mean it's easy for us to know these arcane secrets of the fish. Can you imagine, like, me in your DMs if you're a dev and I'm like, okay, you gotta fix fishing. Look at all this stuff. Okay, the fish know stuff we... Really? How? 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 What is... How did you... What? I know it... Oh my god, you know what this is? I'm gonna have to make a bug report about this. So, I want to say, maybe a year ago, they put something back in the game that was in, like, original vanilla, but they removed it at a certain point. So when you open a chest, now in the game, it sort of pulses as if you're standing there. And it makes your, like, aggro bubble a lot bigger at that chest. So when I first started playing Turtle WoW, if I went to go, let's say, do Scarlet Graveyard, when you walk in, that first entryway, there's, like, a chest. When I first started, as a rogue, I could just grab stuff out of that chest and nothing would aggro. After the change, when you opened that chest, all the mobs around would aggro on you. Now, what I think just happened is that when I looted that fishing lure, it acted like a chest and made that guy attack me. I don't know how to prove it, but how else would I... Look how far this guy is. Like, I wasn't stealth, but he's not going to aggro me from there. So, interesting. It didn't come from nowhere, so I'm going to see if I can do this again. Fish, I want that on my tombstone. Sorry, I can't keep the UI hidden because I have to be scared of bugs. Anything? Okay, we're good. Okay, that's not close. All right, see, I've been fine fishing from here. My next cast, I'm going to put it close to the Spitfire, and you're going to see that guy attack me. I almost guarantee you. That is a bug. That is not supposed to happen. Your lures are not supposed to aggro things. And chests? Fine. Okay, see, now that's fine. Now check out this. Now, I'm standing right here. Everything's hunky-dory between me and this bug. Let's see. Hold on. Excuse me, Mr. Bug? There it is. When I hit this, I'm going to get attacked. Oh, he moved away. It's okay. He'll be back. I'm here to prove a point. Oh, crap, my lure ran out. get him. All right, that one's gonna do it. That one's gonna hit the thing. Observe. Observe. Oh, he went away. That's okay, though. Am I not going to be able to repeat this? Oh, thank you, by the way, Drew, for the fishing boat, because I'm getting that buff. Oh, I'll invite you too. I am going to prove my hypothesis. Like, it's not like I'm a shaman and I dropped a totem. Like, how did that guy attack me? So far, this looks like a white scale salmon rich area. He keeps walking away right when it's close to him. Oh, it's me and Lisa. Hello. Sneaky Lisa. Yeah, if you want to fish, you can get in the group too. Your 3-week-old rogue is already at level 60. That's crazy. What are all the sweaties going to do when you can't readily get as much gains from elite mob tagging? That's my question. Look at all my gear. I'll look at your gear. Hold on. Alright. Tell me when you're done moving around your gear. The Ripper. That's good. Distracting Dagger. Okay, you're doing the silly dagger build. Farhad's repeater. Yep, that's a classic. That's a classic when you're an early rogue. Trying to scrape together some hit. That's Death Dealer. So you already have AQ gear. Interesting. Oni Pendant. Oni Pendant? Really? Oh, I guess before you get... Yeah. Prestress is probably contested. So you got 5 set. 5 out of 5 at 2.5. Cloak of the Fallen God. That's good. That's my cloak. Was that me or Drew? It was me. Bloodfang bracers. H-core lever gloves. Makes sense because you're daggers. 2.5. More 2.5. AQ40 ring. Another AQ40 ring. No, but you only have 1 trinket. You know what's funny? Rexana has this, but Vrograg does not. My trinket setup is not good on Vrograg. I have DFT, which is great, but like my other trinket is Renataki's, I guess. I have Earthstrike, but those are activated. My trinkets aren't the best. Earthstrike is good, don't get me wrong, but considering I have like Thunder Fury and I have tier 3, it's a little embarrassing. Oh yeah, there's lots of great ideas out there for how to improve fishing. I talked about this early on in the stream, but messing with the fishing loot tables is very difficult for the dev team to do without breaking tons of things. And it is sad. My BWL pug group is on like week 25, no DFT. I am sorry, friend. I'm sorry, that's tough. I mean, Emerald Sanctum has some similar-ish good gear. You know, so there's that. It's probably not the panacea you're wanting, but, you know. I have regular worms, right? These will work. Interesting thing to note, I'm getting the fishing boat buff without actually being on the fishing boat. I don't know if that's by design, but... You know, Ole Honcho, sometimes it just happens, man. I mean, I remember the early Blackwing Guards Rejuve Gem drought was quite substantial. I remember that. Easily probably hit the half year as well. But you know what? You know what drought it isn't as bad as? You could be my poor, long-suffering wife who, in addition to being married to me, had the distinct displeasure of doing all, like, every single, so I'm not underselling this, every single Emerald Sanctum lockout, except for like 2 or 3 since it's been out, she's done, and has not got the enchanting recipe to drop. I mean, like, I've seen worse luck, but I haven't seen bad luck that's like lasted that long. It's supposed to be 1.5%, so it's around the drop rate of a binding. And she's on week like 115. Has not gotten it once. Hey, Blade. Well, have fun on the drive home, friend. Drive safely. I hope I can keep you entertained. And yes, justice for Murag. I don't know, man. Like, I remember theory crafting at some point was like crashing out because they're all like, it's impossible to get Scythe of Elune because there's so many, like, you can only get the Scythe so often and the drop chance is low and all this stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there going like, you know, my experience, the enchanting recipes never dropped. Maybe look at that. Murag has been like, she's like ready. She is ready to go and get that enchant. She has 2 other tunes that are attuned to Emerald Sanctum that have never gone because of that recipe. It took me less time to get a full Thunder Fury. Like stem to stern. Everything. Every Arcanite cooldown, every Eternium, everything. It took me less time. And I needed 2 bindings. I cannot imagine having Murag's luck. I even had so for the team like, no, that is genuinely unlucky. The way probability works is technically it could happen for eternity. Murag could be cursed and never get the enchant, and it could just happen that way. Doing something more doesn't make it more likely to happen. It just means you did it more. That's the truth of probability. People don't want to hear it, but that is the truth. Are there any gloves with fishing or swim speed? Yes, there is a very let me see. There is a fishing enchant. It just does fishing. It's very small. It's on these gloves. 2 to fishing. That's what it does. It's not much. There's no glove enchant for swim speed. I'm aware of. I do not think there is. There is no enchant for swim speed. There are rings you can make as a jewel crafter that helps swim speed. And as a leather worker, there is a leatherworking set called the Primal Batskin set that I believe the full set bonus gives you bonus to swimming. And that's from vanilla. Let me see if I can find that. Loot table. Crafting. Leatherworking. Okay. Primal Batskin Jerkin. Yes, if you get the full 3 set, minor increase to running and swim speed. Those are the ones I'm aware of. I think they're, I mean, you know, obviously there's the Bloodsail Buccaneer one, but that's not really crafted. That's just a rep grind. Also, Ole Honcho, can I, when you say, I want you to know I actually looked into it, can I show you something? Do you see my reputation with the Steamweedle cartel? Come on, man. Do you know how many guys I'm gonna have to kill to get out of friendly? Just so I can talk to them to do quests? Oh, he's close. He's close again. Let's see if my fishing lure can do it this time. Yeah, so when I actually looked at it, I'm like, wait, I have to do what? And then I'm like, no, I'm good. You can't believe I have so few mounts on here. I mean, why would I have tons of mounts? That isn't really like... I don't know. Like, I guess I'm not really like a mount guy. Is that like a type of guy? Those are all my mounts. By the way, like, because of the work I've done for Everlook Radio, I've gotten, like, turtle coins. I have turtle coins. I have turtle coins. I could spend them on mounts. I haven't. I got a lightning nail. Okay, wait. Lock in. Is lightning eel daytime or nighttime? I think it's daytime. Okay, so that's another fish that confirms the daytime hypothesis. That it's actually daytime, even though a couple hours ago it was nighttime. Johnny One-Ups, no one knows if it's daytime. There's only one beings in the world that knows. And I will die on this hill. The fish know. The fish will tell you if it's day or nighttime. And you have to be able to listen. You have to listen. If you see sun scale, it's daytime. If you see night fin, it is nighttime. Do not trust the sun. The sun is a lie. The sun is an orb probably put there by, you know, Big Goblin to trick you, to confound you, to keep you as a bleeding sheeple. But I know better. I know better. The sun has long been a lie. And I won't stand for it anymore. Exactly. The sun is a larger lure from Titans to attract us. You just have to not be confused by them. When do you believe that the new patch will drop? I believe that it will drop when the team says it will drop. And the team has agreed upon a release day. The team has not allowed me to say what the release day is. I believe the team is going to hit that day. I believe the team's going to announce soon when that day is. I can tell you this, which is also public information. It will be this month. In fact, if you were just checking in now, moments ago, I was checking out the new raid frame stuff that Haxer let me check out live. If you're curious about that and you're watching on YouTube, you can go back in the VOD and check it out. It's pretty cool. A functional vanilla style raid UI, like at base, you don't need another add-on to have basic raid functions. Okay, what is this guy's pat? Oh, he did pat into me. He did pat into me. I thought it was the lure this whole time. I'm gonna fish this way. No, I actually gotta. He has a very weird pattern. Silithus is a twilight zone for the fishes. We're doomed. I mean, yeah, Vrograg, who knows? You say twilight. And our tiny brains, we're no better than the fish, right? We just see sun and we're like, oh, must be daytime. But the fish have like a deeper connection with Azeroth. They actually know. They don't believe the illusion. Red Stripe, I believe there have been versions of exactly what you're describing that have bounced around the community. An AI voiceover that will read your quests for you. You might want to check into like add-on and mod channels. Someone might have a link that could show you. I don't know if it fully functions. I remember I've seen things about it. I've never tried it. Also, Vongola, I'm sorry if I dodged your question. The reason I dodged your question is because I know and I don't want to say. The sooner we get Furball Grade, the sooner we get Grim Batol, the sooner we get Zulaman, the sooner we get Hawkshredder models. Yeah? I suppose that is one way of looking at it. Also, can someone confirm for me, are lightning eels daytime fish or night fish? And or their counterpart plated armor fish? I cannot remember for the life of me which one's which. Sunscale and Nightfin are very obvious. Like, it makes sense, right? But I don't know about the other one, and I always get it mixed up. Oh, wait a minute. It says daytime and plated armor. Okay, so, all right. So, the lightning eels and the sunscale are in accord. That's good. That's the first step we take towards a functional fishing system. I play with the voiceovers add-on. Yeah, that may be what you're looking for, Red Stripe, by the way. All right, let's see. There's one other thing I need to check, too. Barnacle. Okay. So, if you're also a fishing enthusiast, as I am, you may know that there was something in the changelog recently that said they were going to make barnacle-encrusted keys and Arctic graylings vendorable, because you'll get a lot of them if you fish in certain spots, and like they just take up your bags. They're part of the Klakora quest, which is cool. But if you're like me, and you're fishing in Tel Aviv, and you're like, I don't need any more keys. Please, can I stop catching them? To their credit, I believe someone, it might have been Mori, put in a fix to make them be vendorable so you could sell them. Because right now, I have to write out delete every time I destroy one of them. Very annoying. They made a fix, and then they didn't push it to production. But it appeared on the changelog. I feel for Mori, because that's tough. So, with the information we've gathered today about Kalimdor, we're living in two potential realities. One is that Dire Maul East always behaves as if it's night. Or day-night is just random by zone. Potentially, you know, the world's kind of cut up into chunks. Maybe those are reading time differently. But no matter what, we do have documented proof of me catching Nightfin within an hour and a half of catching nothing but sunscale salmon, which should not happen. If it was going to dusk, I would catch a mix of sunscale and nightfin. That's how it's supposed to work. Have you fished in the Wailing Caverns at the Naralex's sleeping spot? Hey Drew, how do you feel about a field trip, Drew? I did ask chat before if they had any fun ideas for weird places to try fishing. The Wailing Caverns. That's in the Barrens. Naralex's sleeping spot. Is that where Mutanus is fought? All right, Drew says he knows where it is. All right, well, I'm feeling good here. If you're good. Good if you're good. Let's ride. No, I have to get fully out of the water. Have you fished inside the Forlorn Cavern in Ironforge? No. I have other reasons why that's very difficult for me. Namely, getting into Ironforge. I can get into Ironforge, but... is the Forlorn Cavern, is that part of Old Ironforge? Because I don't think I could get there unless Mark Antius knows how to do it. It might be a mage trick. But they locked down a lot of the mage tricks when they fixed the Dire Maul East mage RTV farm. So it might no longer be reachable. It's a rogue and warlock area. Oh, yeah. Isn't it like the Hall of Mystics? You talking about that little water area? It's a dark area. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. I have fished there before. I don't recall anything remarkable about that. But I do remember fishing there. When you said Dark Cavern, it actually rang a bell for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I have been there. I don't know if anything's changed with it, because things can change. Yeah, I think Crossroads is closest. I am interested to see what I might catch there. Now, if it is indeed lower level fish, there are less time sensitive fish at lower levels, so this might not help us prove anything, but at the same time, it also might help us see if there's any more jank. Because who knows? Who knows what Raukangren knows? There's a pawn in Ravenholt. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they could do with Ravenholt. But that would be a good spot as well. Do you know what's up with the floating combat text numbers over dead bodies? I see that sometimes. No. Part of the reason I don't know Ole Hancho is because, like, my setup, I have floating combat text turned off, and I have the font for all of my floating combat text to be invisible. So I never see it. I see all my combat text through Mix Scrolling Battle Text add-on. However, I might have some insight as to why that's happening. And maybe other people, maybe it's a latency thing, but I've noticed if you kill a mob, right, and then you turn, sometimes, like long after they're dead, you'll hear a bit of their audio from dying. Sometimes you'll see spell particle effects. If I've noticed this a lot. Let's say I'm in BWL and I'm doing like master looting in like an earlier chamber, and then I catch up with the group. When I start moving, I'll see a bunch of spell particle effects pop off. So maybe that's related to what you're seeing. I don't know. If it doesn't last long, I guess maybe it's related. But I wouldn't know. I've never had that happen. You can fish in the lava of Blackrock. Gentleman Prepper, you can, but what if I blew your mind? Since we're talking about weird fishing spots, let me just blow your mind just a little bit. Here's Birding Steps. You're talking about fishing in Blackrock Mountain. Inside here, try fishing in the lava here. You're not going to get old skulls, coal, and essence of fire. You'll get actual fish here. True story. Because reasons. Yeah, it could be that as well, Drew. Generally my fix for when I have persistent particle effects that last, if I just do like a full computer turn off and turn on, it goes away. And I'll get it like once every month, maybe. Them fish built different. You're damn right. Anything. Also, I think the fishing loot table there could also have lightning eels and plated armor fish. I thought it was funny. I'm like, what's going on? So, if it is annoying for you, I would suggest two things. These are things you should generally do, but they can have knock-on effects in Turtle Wow. I would always suggest to upgrade your graphics update your graphics driver. Doing that regularly can help. And I would say, if you're like me and sometimes you just leave your computer on sleep for a long amount of time, you don't fully turn it off, try to turn it off. Because I think sometimes it has to do with like a caching issue with graphics drivers, even integrated graphics. I think it can happen. So like that might be it. I don't know for sure though. Dragon King will sometimes twitch when they die. Creepy. I like the one where their torso twists and contorts, and the top part of their torso will stay there, and then their bottom half will like flop down suddenly. It's very weird. I've seen it happen. Drew says, I've never seen the particle effect bugs, kind of jelly. What? No, you live a blessed life. Do you know what it's like when hurricane clouds won't leave? Or tranquility is permanent? It's not great. It's really not great. Or when the dead texture chases you? You say that, but I've seen many Anaxes, Drew, where you were spinning with enough centrifugal force to like pop your head off as a bear, and everyone's like, Drew, are you okay? And you just be like, I'm just chilling. Wow, what's going on? And everyone's like, you're spinning. I like that bug, whatever it is, because it only affects people looking at you. Like, you don't notice. Related to that, though, is the other bug where sometimes your server connection gets a little wonky and the server thinks, oh, well, he was just moving forward. We didn't get signal from him. We're just going to pretend he's still moving forward, right? And in reality, your raider is still standing with you, but everyone's like, oh my God, they're about to pull, right? I've seen it happen so many times. I'm like, how does that happen? It's got to be a latency issue, but it's just funny. Yeah, it is a tank in military wing, or as Blade calls it, military. Yeah, gentlemen, I have heard of that as a solution as well. I mean, we do have to face facts that this game, even though it's an emulated version of the client, it is a little long in the tooth. All right, Wailing Caverns. Let's-a go. What wild things will we find in Wailing Caverns? Drew, I will agree with you. I don't know if I told you, but you might not have caught it, but I actually have Turtle Wow on a laptop. It took me a while to get it up and running, but it works great. I use a Fedora distro. I have a friend that used to work at Red Hat, so he knows it pretty well. And then I also had, I think I had Zaz helping me troubleshoot. Wait, this isn't... There it is. Okay. My favorite is new bug mount. Stays on character model first time after being used, which is how I freaked out a raid as a stick bug. Am I right? You know, what these poor creatures don't know is that Drew's like a bissed out druid tank. They should not pick a fight with him. I don't doubt it, Gentleman Prepper. I genuinely don't. And I know the team does spend time making sure their stuff will at least work on Linux, because I know some of them only play on Linux. So there's that advantage. Yeah, it is this way, isn't it? There's the cave. I don't think I fished here before, but I bet you that isn't that different. But Raukangren said a specific spot in Wailing Caverns, and I'm kind of interested to hear it now. Or hear it, see it. Disciple of Neralex. So, let's see. Well, Drew said they know where it is, so I will follow Drew. Alright, he's good. What a nice map. It really is. Especially in light of the expansion, especially new players looking at it. By the way, it's kind of funny that this is my favorite map. It's the least needed map in the game. But the illustration with it, I swear to God, is like one of the best, like, not just WoW illustrations. I think like fantasy illustrations I've ever seen. If you happen to go to Emerald Sanctum, I implore you to hit the M key and look at the map, because the illustration is so good. It is so good. So this is the spot. Let's see. It says Dreamer's Rock. Oh yeah, that's where Naralax is sleeping. Okay, I'll get on some bones here. Okay, maybe I won't. Alright, either way, I'm gonna fish. He really is. It's kind of crazy the level of talent the visual artists we have on, like, in the turtle community. Because between okay, don't Shram. Is it William Shram? No. Skenzo? Lionel Shram. That's what it is. There it is. Who does like the really big illustrations. And then we have Buddha, who does the map illustrations. Oh, Red Stripe, grats. I'm glad you found it. I hope it's everything you wanted. So far it looks about right. Loch Ness says, wouldn't it be great if someone rebuilt WoW in Unreal so we could play a modern version with new bones? You know, it really would. It really would, Loch Ness. But who could do such a monumental task? It's such a bummer because, like, I saw people play it. It was there. It existed. And now it feels like a fever dream. It sounds like the kind of thing that someone would make up and you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes I'm like, wait, did I actually see that? Nope, I did. I absolutely did. There's that meme of that officer from Rogue One who, like, in the beginning of the movie is, like, kidnapping that scientist so he can build the Death Star. Spoilers. And he shows up and he's like, we are this close. Like, yeah, we were that close to greatness. I like that you went to Wailing Caverns to fish. It reminds to me of the Dark Moon Fair quest that sent you to Wailing Caverns. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Like, it would be great to catch super valuable fish, whatever. But the thing is fishing is a profession from stem to stern, right? And, like, checking out weird areas that not a lot of people fish in will only help the fish be better, more consistent. If I find a weird bug, I'd be happy to find it and try to corner a dev to fix it. Oh, shut up, fish. You're fine. Oh my god, guys. That person who lives in my house just showed up. It's pretty nice, right? Yeah. Did you know she voices something that's in here? Yeah, we're in Wailing Caverns. The Centaur boss, the expansion boss in this area, is voiced by Murog. The Kolkar Centaur guy. Lady, actually. Inside Wailing Cavern, nothing special there. Well, I'm gonna do a good amount of casts. You gotta cast a wide net. So Soap Lava, I have. And can I tell you something about the Gazrilla pool? Because I brought it up to the team, and they just said, lol. So, most of what you catch there is pretty normal. Except one of, like, the mid-rarity things you catch is the engineering schematic for a parachute cloak. I do not know why. I do not know how. That is not vanilla behavior. That is not classic behavior. That's just a Turtle WoW special. It's not going to affect a lot of people, if I'm being honest, but I'm not joking. You actually have a much higher than normal likelihood of just catching that, specifically that schematic. I do not know why. You absolutely can fish in the Gazrilla pool. That boss is the second hardest one for level 1 lunatic raids. Really? Oh, so that means you have to listen to Murog's voice? I don't remember what she said. She's like, oh, what are you doing here? And it sounds all Kolkari and scary. Are you guys planning to try the new Frosthold dungeon week 1? Why would I do that? The Frost Trolls have every right to live there. I mean, if I could find a way to be on the side of the Frost Trolls, maybe. The Lunatics, they're eating good. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I understand what you're asking now. There's a special useless fish you can get in the oil pens in the Barrens. Yes. I think you can get sickly fish there. Like the ones you get in Undercity. And I think there's an oil-covered one. And I think there's also a bloated one that might have a gem in it. You're right, though. There are some special ones in the oil fields. Also, Fish, I know you were joking, but you really should watch the Andor series if you can. The TV series. Cinema. Huh. I could have sworn I submitted something to change the icon for Deviant. I really think... Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I got to bug Haxer again about that. There's still some icons that need changing. Genuinely need changing. Not like Vrograg found this one rock that doesn't look cool and he needs to change it important. But, like, they gave us a new... elixir of greater frost power. The buff icon is the buff icon for the regular frost power elixir. The buff icon should match. Like stuff like that. Like stuff that actually has some impact, not just my weird type of autism about item icons making sense. Yeah, Haxer, I'm not... Listen, I know you've been busy. So I'm not about to shame you here. I did leave the ball in your court. I did. The last time we chatted, I'm like, hey, I'm just waiting to hear back from you. Like, what you want to do?
The cooked version, I think, has it.
I know the cooked version does, but I thought this was like on the first round of icon changes. I thought I changed the initial fish icon as well, but maybe I didn't. I did see that. That's very nice. I have tried fishing in dead mines. Not much is remarkable there that I could remember. Again, stuff can change. I think there's even a way with Fishing Buddy. Hold on. Fishing. FB? There it is. Okay, so... let's see if I can find this zone. So it would have been Tenaris, I think. Oh no, why'd you open up all of them? Come on. Tenaris. Telebim. No, not Telebim. Tenaris. Okay, we have Lost Rigger Cove. That's not it. Sand Moon Village. That isn't it. Interesting. Stone Scale Eel drop there. Interesting it didn't save my data from that. I thought it would. Ah, here it is. There's the proof. So you guys can see I have Fishing Buddy always recording when I'm catching. Take a look at how often I was catching Schematic Parachute Cloak in Zul'Farrak. There's like, how would I even make that up? Are you specifically fishing in water, or is lava also on the table? Where lava? If you want to catch fish in, so that would have been Burning Step. I can show you. Burning Step. So you see how there's two subzones here? So you have Blackrock Mountain and you have Blackrock Stronghold. They're pretty similar. Neither one of them count as inside the mountain. If you fish in the lava outside the mountain, Do you see how I get Old Skull, coal, and these fish in the same zone? There's parts of the lava that count as water, like genuine water, not lava water. Same thing here for Blackrock Stronghold. So you can catch fish in the lava of Burning Step. Klakora is a nicely implemented boss, indeed. Lizzie Babs, I don't know how far back you are. I haven't talked about Klakora in a minute, but yes, I love Klakora. I love how it's implemented. I do not like the fact that there are 2 spots that I love fishing that plague my bags with barnacle-covered key or Arctic grayling. What about up by the Altar of Storms? Wait, is that Ashara? Or are you talking about in, near Stromgard? Burning Steps. Let's see if I can see what you're talking about. Altar of Storms. I don't think I've checked there. I would suspect you would get similar to what I've got in those other spots. In fact, we can go check it. I have a very healthy tabard that can get me right there pretty much. We could wrap up there if you guys are curious. What about the Feralis Pawns? They are kind of south of Camp Majache, and they will start your breath timer even when out of the water. Yeah, so I don't know if he's still watching, but that's something that Rodfather, the greatest fisher in all of Azeroth, he calls it sky fishing. When you find that there's water that is in a spot, it's like well above ground, if you're careful, you can cast into it. It doesn't really change what you get, but it looks cool, and it's called sky fishing. And I saw Rodfather pioneering such a bold technique. The greatest eel hunter of us all. I mean, it's a good time to be Rodfather, if I'm being honest, because of all the speculation about electric eels. Everyone thinks that they're going to be part of the recipe. We don't have confirmation yet, by the way. The squid eel skewer is going to give 20 agility. It's going to be by far the best agility food. Every rogue, every hunter, some warriors, some shaman, some druids are going to want that food. We don't know anything except for the fact that it's called Squid Eel Skewer. What we do know, there is 1 squid actively in the game, and there are 2 eels actively in the game. They could add another squid into the game. Personally, that's like, I would say historically, that's probably not as likely. I only say that because they generally don't add stuff to the game unless they have to. But we don't know for sure. And that's tough because that's a seasonal fish. And then there's also the eel part. Now, would they make it stone scale eel as part of the recipe? Or lightning eel? And when you think about those two, lightning eel kind of feels like it makes more sense because it says lightning in the name. That's like agility, right? And it's not used in a single recipe. Versus stone scale, which is already hotly contested and used in a ton of other things. Or option 3, they add another eel that we don't know of in the game. Which, by the way, that could happen. There could be all these people that are going nuts over lightning eel, going nuts over squid, and then they just drop 2 new fish. And then guess what? All those fish you just farmed up are worth jack and squat. So, if you are thinking of doing that, speculating on the fish and eel market, do so responsibly. With some moderation, perhaps. It's fun to think about, but... Oh, yes, yes. Rodfather's the GOAT, man. I love Rodfather. I graciously and proudly passed him the Fishslayer title. Because he deserves it way more than I do. I like fishing because it's fun. He likes fishing because he can speak to the eels. And that's different. I'm not at that level. Now, I mean, if it was a competition of news, I would edge him out. That's why I have retained the news anchor orc title. If there is a better news orc, specifically orc, because I have to narrow it down, I might relinquish that title as well. I will say, based on what I'm catching here, the deviant fish is dropping pretty well. What is the difference between deviant delight and savory deviant delight other than one's cooked? What do I do if I eat the regular deviant? I actually don't remember. It's been so long. Lizzie Babs, if you want to be the news anchor, no, by all means. But I would not relinquish the title to you, because you're not an orc. So it just turns you into a skeleton? Okay. One heals you? Wow, that's crazy. Thank you, Rekangren. So, Red Stripe. Oh, okay, Red Stripe. So, sorry. Rodfather is a player that's on Northernar. If you are on Ambershire and you've met Rodfather, you've only met his ghostly form. The Rodfather you see in Hyjal is sort of like a living memorial. Rodfather, who said it's okay for me to share a little bit about his story. But like, he had an injury a while ago that made it really tough for him to play. He used to raid actively with hard chores. Some of that became really difficult, right? But he still plays. He learned how to play with one hand, and like, guess what you can do with one hand? You can fish, and boy does he fish. There's a record of him donating 3,000 stone scale eels to hard chores as part of a fish drive. Obviously, hardcore tunes and hard chores the guild needs a lot of stone scales for all of their flask of petrifications, Titan's flasks, armor potions. They need stone scales in droves. And Rodfather was a big homie. Rodfather's health is in flux. And I talked to some GMs about it, and we proposed maybe having like a living memorial for Rodfather, so his legend could continue. So people can learn about him. He actually, in his, if you interact with him as a vendor, he sells a book, which is actually it's my writing of his like RP story of like where Rodfather the Tauren came from, how he speaks to the eels. So if you're curious about it, it's all right there. And it's just a nice nod to some of the great community members we've had, and Rodfather is one of them. Yep, yeah, and Red Stripe, feel free to spread it to, the people who are curious in Ambershire, because, I mean, there's other like memorials for players kind of hidden sparsely throughout the world. But Rodfather and I, we love catching eels. It's fun. But we don't always like going after pools. We like just standing in one spot and just hanging out and just catching eels, And that's actually kind of when I bumped into him first. I met him when I was farming turtle scales for tribal leatherworking for Rexana. Very nice guy. So if you ever bump into him, say hello. How about Rodfather's pet turtle, Amiga? So Amiga is actually the name of his hard chores main, who's like a priest. There's also a third character called Eel Amiga, but we just kept it kind of simple. So part of the story too is that the turtles are like disrupting the eels. So like the turtle pet was sort of part of the story. I believe that Rodfather also has successfully completed the drunk challenge since it's come out. Well, I haven't done that, where you have to level up only while completely smashed. Rao Kangren has redeemed something on Twitch to make me stretch. Good call. We're stretching out here. Oh yeah, Red Stripe. I mean, you'll still see him around. I mean, he still plays. And I think it's a good lesson to just people in general, just to kind of keep in mind that like you never know what the people around you have gone through, are going through. So like a little kindness goes a long way, and it's good to keep in context that the game will always mean different things for different people. For some people, it's just like, oh, I just like raid logging. For some people, it's like their only way to like socialize. For people that like might be like stuck indoors or might like have some real social issues. For other people, it can be anything in between. So like, I think it's a good time to reflect and like think about that and keep that in mind when you interact with people, because you never know. You never know what someone else is going through. And I think Rodfather helped remind me of that, and so that's why I'm always thankful. How's it going, Game Dummy Adventures? So we did pretty well here. Bunch of deviates. I would say the deviate catch rate here is decent. I don't know if it's better than outside or just outside the cave entrance. I think I will finish up stream with a final fishing spot. I'll let Drew know. Tabard Hearth to fish at the Altar of Storms. Thanks for that. I know, but I don't know how bad the the lag is. All right. Thank you, Drew. All right. Here we are in Burning Step. We're going to step down ourselves and check out Altar of Storms fishing. You know, deviates do sell. So don't just vendor them if you have them. So now we're on the other continent. We are currently in Eastern Kingdoms. We are believing that Kalimdor is stuck in the day cycle, although Dire Maul East did make that weird. So we're going to cast our lines and see what else we might find about what time the fish think it is, or what time we think it is. Because there's no telling. Oh. Someone named Sheena just waiting there. Probably can't. There's like 3 Black Lotus spawn nodes around here, so they're probably checking that out. Alright. So I don't know if there's going to be fish or not fish or mixed fish and not fish in here. We will see. Should probably update the thing on my on my stream. I don't want to move my mouse until the cast is done. Oh, I'm gonna need some actual... Okay, hold on. Now this is spot number 5. Altar of Storms. So I guess I could try Aquadynamic Fish Attractor first. See if that gets me to where I need to be. It probably will. And I don't have any data on my fishing buddy here yet, so this is new data for me. I have data on the other lava spots. All right, we're catching fish. All right, so according to this, we're not checking Ashara, not Black Rock Mountain, Burning Steps, right? So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to really... Why does it... Okay, you just noticed that. So the first 2 things I caught were white scale salmon, and then I caught an old skull. And the old skull is like only the lava fishing table, so it's mixed here, you can see. Ole Honcho, I kind of really wish they would. I don't know how or if they can do it. You're not the first person to want such a thing, though. Why is it pretending like this is the only time I've... Oh, I see. Black Rock Mountain? So... This is interesting. I had different data. And now it's gone. They do have some, I guess you call it analytics. So you can see, according to this chart, over like, I guess the lifetime of me fishing, you can see that, I don't know how the add-on things time works. I don't know how the time works, but you will see that, it is not exclusive. So, here at what is believed to be noon, a time when I almost only catch sunscale, I can also catch nightfin. So something's weird, right? I mean, that's data that's collected over a long time. You can also see the summer bass versus winter squid. Also interesting to note, and a reminder too, April's coming, and I think when like March ends, winter squid's off the table until like September-ish. So if you want to get squid, you gotta get it now. What else? What else does this have? It's kind of crazy. It has this. Oh, interesting. A lot of tool. There's a lot of tools in that add-on. I've never really looked at it. I just like being able to click one button. I mean, I used to just fish using the one button. That's not for me. I like right click. So yeah, based on what I'm seeing here, we're getting plated armor fish. So plated armor fish is nighttime. And that tells us that we shouldn't see sun scale if we see anything from that table. We do expect to see something from that table. Well, we will see. And my fish got away. Damn it. Do you know how annoying it is to make awkward dynamic fish attractors? I'm glad they're going to 10 minutes. I really hope that was public. It's not going to affect much, but it was a long gripe of mine, just because it's like it's one of the only lures in the game you can make, and then you get it. Okay, wait. I don't understand. Okay. Plated armorfish and nightfin snapper. No, that's correct. That's correct, because nightfin snapper and plated armorfish are both night. Okay, so yep. All right. So there you go. So we started today off in Dire Maul East catching nightfin, which is on Kalimdor. And we're ending the stream in Eastern Kingdoms catching nightfin snappers. And in between, we caught tons of sunscale. Make it make sense. What do the fish know that I don't know? I mean, this is good data. This is good data. I wish I could get on the PTR and then I just like hit a command to fish him like 1,000 times. I'd be drunk with power. I'd be unstoppable. I did want to check. I do believe. Oh no. Okay. It is a Tuesday. I heard from a little birdie that there wasn't going to be a change log. But, you know, you never know. Alright, today would be March 10th. Yeah, they don't have a new one. They do not have a new one out. So we're probably not getting a change log this week. The fishing times in Turtle are upside down. I've noticed catching fish at times you shouldn't be able to if you look at this. Yes. Whoa, hey. Any miners? Oh my. A Black Lotus and RTV just spawned next to me. Does anyone want these? A Black Lotus and an RTV just popped into existence. This is big money. This big money sitting right here. Altar Storms. Finders Keepers. Damn, that's crazy. I should go play the lottery. No, I should play the lottery if I had a miner and an herbalist like Shibiji. Hold on a second. I have to go. Hold the thought. Shibiji, do not let me down. If I do this, it'll make someone appear to take it. come on. I have to take a... Vrograg has repetitive motion strain injury, so he has to take a break from fishing. It's important for fishing. Okay, log in. Okay, no, over here, log in here. See, go use your tabard. Come on. Yeah, so... No, Croc Farmer, don't you dare. Don't you dare, Croc Farmer. No, Croc Farmer, no. Croc Farmer, you know too much. I'm not looking totally at the other screen. And racing there with my mage, who is an herbalist and a miner. Go. Come on. Do I have a carrot? Get a carrot on a stick. Let's go. Oh, he's coming. Oh, they're coming. They know. No. Wait, no. Who is that? No, Job, no! Job, wait, you can only get one. You can only get one, though. Which one will you pick? Choose wisely. Because Shibiji can get both. This is very weird. I mean, obviously one's more valuable than the other, so I'm going to take the Black Lotus. Yoink. Let's go! We got a huge emerald. Sometimes when you fish, you never know what you're going to find. What good luck that was. What do you mean it's not fair, Lizzie Babs? I have been camping this Black Lotus spawn. Everyone knows it. I like how in that one instance, Shibiji probably just made more money than I made in all of the fishing today. I need lures again. All right. This will be... Where did I... All right. Actually, rather than use another lure, let's end on a high note. Me getting that RTV and Black Lotus. Your minor tunes are not in Blackwing Guard. You know, Lizzie Babs, you are missed in the raid. I know our times don't work great for you. I'm just saying you're missed. I miss you. But yeah, I mean, Murug's been home for a little bit. I should probably say hi to her, you know, because she's great. So, yeah, I think we chatted a lot about different things today. We did some real fact finding about fish and their various day-night cycles and how it doesn't really make sense, and it's demonstrable. I want to personally thank Haxer, who just came by to drop part of the next patch to show me what the new raid UI will look like. That was really cool. Haxer, I really appreciate that. I'll get back to you about some of the icon stuff. I wanted to thank Meow Gaming, who dropped by to tell us a little bit about PFUI, the fork that he's making, and continue to be working on, and showing us some of the new stuff coming up. That's great. Very happy. Also, Shagu, who popped in for a little bit. You know, Shagu. We are not worthy. Rodfather, and all the other people, all the other regulars that drop by. I love you guys. Thank you. Haxer says, Roger, that new built-in raid frames. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you were answering the question. Yeah. Lizzie Babs, if you go back and stream a little bit, you can see me messing around with it. When you see my UI change to looking way more default, Haxer gave me a patch that reveals what the actual raid UI is going to look like. Just for like base, no add-on vanilla. It's very functional. It's great. All right, so that's a great place to wrap up now that I am one Black Lotus richer. You never know what you're going to find in the water. The water that's actually lava. So thanks, guys, for dropping by. Thanks for hanging out. Because Rao Kangren has been so great, I'll let the Shagu song play out at the end, because he asked for it before. And I occasionally like making him happy. Let me get the Shagu song. Get that queued up. So, guys, until next time, be good to yourself. Be good to each other. When you are playing video games, make sure you're having fun, because that's the point. And as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge. Bye, guys.
They call him Shagu, but he's no thief. Just a gamer caught in disbelief. Oh, a storm of papers, a legal raid for crimes he never even made. Justice for Shagu, let the truth shine through. He's no pirate, just a man like you. Justice for Shagu, what did he do? He plays the game, but they play him too. A server small, a world so wide. He built a space where we could find. No plundered gold, no stolen flame. Yet they dragged his name into their shame. Was it greed? Was it pride? Why they target the peaceful side? Oh, justice for Shagu, let the truth shine through. No pirate, just a man like you. Justice for Shagu, what did he do? He plays the game, but they play him too. Oh, Babylon system, why you attack the innocent man who just gave us a track? It's a game, it's a dream, not a battle to fight. Why turn the